Good evening, guys and girls. Rob here with you this evening. A little after 7 tonight, a little later than a lot of times that we may catch you. Got some big news that I'll be releasing here in just a few minutes. It's looking very, very promising, too. A lot of good news. So I'm hoping that we're going to have something good to tell everybody. I really do. I think so. Looks like a lot of promising stuff going on. Just got off the phone with Dwayne March. There's Dwayne right now, in fact, and kind of showing Dwayne my setup. And this is pretty much it right here. This is pretty much it. I've got myself a three-way right here. Okay. Here comes Tim. Well, let's get Tim on here too.
Good evening.
What's going on? We're hoping to get Keith on in the upcoming within the week. We're going to find out what's happening. What I've got here is a three-way that goes directly into my computer.
Yeah, it gives you extra USB ports.
Right. So this right here is good for. This is my cam.
Yep.
This is my headset, and then another one. If I want to have another cam, I can hook another cam up. So yeah. So I can use all that.
And sounds like something I could probably use.
Yeah, and those little triplet, I think at $14.99 at Walmart. Yeah. This ran about $35.
They have microphones that just use USB now.
Do what?
The headsets that they have, they're just USB now instead of the audio and video cables.
Yeah. They're nice. straight push in, same as the camera.
Sounds like I might need to start using that because I got the old school one with the two plugins.
Yeah. Now, how's your weather up here tonight? What we're looking at as far it's cold. Man, it is here too. I'll say it's colder here than it is there.
I think we're back to 19 degrees.
It may not be quite as cold here then. Yeah, well, Dwayne's catching it on as we go. Hey, that's the way to do, man. Ask questions. 27 feels like 20. It's cold as shit.
19 and feels like 7.
Wow, it's gonna be cold here next day or two. Yeah, we're gonna. So it's cold there. We'll ask Dwayne and Philip what it's all about there too. I got in touch. I got in touch with Keith, and he got back in touch with me while we were out getting dinner, and told me, he said, this is big. Let's see how he said it. Hey, Rob, I might be able to fit this in. Did you have a specific time in mind? Appreciate all you do for the community. And I told him, I said, hey, I'll be home tonight and then next week. So what model headset do I have? Let me look.
It's Sprott. I don't know if everybody can see that. It's SPRACHT.
Yeah, Spract. It's called Spract, but I got it at Walmart. I don't think it was $40. I don't even think it was near that much.
Hold on, let me shut down my phone here. It's going to keep buzzing for.
And you guys in chat, let me know. 1 out of 100. 1 out of 100. How does it sound? Okay.
It sounds great now. Like, is this a new one, or is this just?
No. I do some dialing in on it once in a while, see how the guys in chat say it sounds. Then I'll unplug it and talk to you guys without it, and I'll use my laptop so you guys can find out. So, yeah, everything's at Walmart. Yeah, you can get it all at Walmart. Yep. Now, let me unhook this, and then we'll just talk just for a second without this.
Okay. How is it now?
It sounds kind of echoey. Not like echoey, but it sounds like it went from like stereo to mono. That's how I would say it.
Don't hear you as good. Let's see. Let me turn the volume up. Try it again, Tim.
That's better.
How about that? Let's turn the volume up. Okay. Yeah. So it's my option whether I want to use this. I just like using these. I don't know why. I just do it. So not near as good. You guys like it with the all right. Let me plug it back in. I'll be about 10 seconds.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yep.
All right. Sounds good. All right. Yeah. So you got options, Dwayne. Dwayne said he wanted to start joining us live. So.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. All for it. All for it.
Worst comes to worst, you use your cell phone that's got the built-in camera and mic anyway.
Right. You can use your cameras, guys. If you got a camera phone, you can join it.
I mean, up until about maybe 5-6 months ago, that's what I was using.
Oh, really?
Yep. It was always on my phone.
With the desktop, I would need a headset, correct?
Nope. No.
You don't? He would not? Okay.
No. Because it will just take, if you have a laptop, it'll just use the laptop microphone.
But he said with a desktop, with a full desktop.
With a desktop, yes, you would need a
headset.
A microphone.
Yeah. So you probably want to get a headset.
USB or
probably want to go that route right here with the triple. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm gonna pull this out from the abyss here. Yeah, so this was the one I was using long time ago with the audio video, which would be great for if you had a desktop.
Right.
But for a laptop, it only has the headphone cable. So yeah, you can't use that. So
yeah. That's it.
Back when I was still using Yahoo Chat for those that remember that.
Oh yeah. So how was your day?
Good. Actually, I just kind of sat around. Actually, I got new checks.
You didn't have to work. That's right. You were working this week.
No, I didn't work this week, and I didn't work last week. So I go back on Monday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
the 10th. Yeah. Today I was feeling kind of. I was nasally and stuff when I got up. I was not good, so I took one of those nasal pills, and they kicked me on my ass most of the time. And I ended up laying around today. And I wasn't very good to the wife. I just didn't do a lot of good and help her. But I just didn't feel good today. Today was just a day. I wasn't feeling bad. I was just run down in one of them kind of days.
I've just been lazy.
Oh, okay.
But the only thing I really did was I kind of reread a little bit of the Chris Jericho book.
Oh, okay.
His list of matches. And I'm sure at some point I'll get to all the little his favorites and other people's favorite stuff. And then, at some point. And then I got, let's see if I have this sitting around. Oh, 1 second.
All right.
Oh.
You guys in
chat.
I
got this from a buddy of mine for Christmas.
Okay.
It's his list of his top 100 baseball players of all time.
And he wrote the book.
Let me see. It looks like it. Oh. Oh,
pretty cool.
Yeah. Essentially, he wrote it. The foreword's by George Will.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how long have you known that friend that wrote the book?
I don't know him, but a friend that got me the book I've known for a while.
Oh, okay. I thought you knew the guy that actually wrote the book.
No. I don't know any writers.
Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah. That's cool.
So that'll be a nice little history lesson for some players that I really don't know if there are any.
Now you're not deep into the play.com games because you don't have very many of them, do you?
I don't have any.
All right. Now let me ask you this. If we had Keith on, would you be interested in maybe being on the panel of asking?
I probably wouldn't.
Okay.
Because I'd be interested to listen, but to ask him any questions about anything, probably not.
Okay. All right.
I mean,
I'm going to ask you something to the effect of, is he interested in possibly doing some stats-driven type games before it's over with? He can only say yes or no. Yeah. So.
Well, Harris and I were talking about this, and I mentioned the one thing. I have a season of Strat Hockey, and it's actually a funny thing is that it's the same season that I think the Replay Gamer was using, and in fact, he was using the Blue Jackets. And I'm like, you cannot do a true full season, like for me, OCD, because you get these 1 or 2 game call-ups. And then Harris was like, well, that's what's great about the Hockey Blast is that you can use a creator if you don't have the players. Yeah. And try to give them traits. I'm like, I'm sure they have a guide of like if they, how many games they played, their
What's up, Dave? Dave Gardner. Dwayne's got another question. Sorry, one more question, Rob. The camera, can you connect it to the monitor? I don't think you can connect it direct just to the monitor. I think you have to, if it's a laptop, I think you have to hook it up to your tower. Some sort of
way. Or you can hook it up to the top of the monitor.
Oh, you can hook it up to the top of the monitor.
If it's got like a, a thing that moves front and back, and you can adjust it, you can do that. Or else, well, it depends on what he's looking at.
Right.
Because some of them might just sit on the desktop and you can kind of adjust like so, but some of them can maybe clip onto the top of the monitor and then won't, if you get it where it's small enough, it won't affect the vision part.
All right. You get that, Dwayne? What's up, PJ? We invited PJ on tonight too as well.
We're talking something that you guys didn't mention for when you guys were talking. I watched the thing from last time I was out playing.
Okay, go for it.
Did you see the story about the medical student that helped out the Canucks equipment manager?
No.
So this was the first game for the Kraken, and there's a medical student sitting behind the Canucks bench, and she notices a mole on the back of the guy's neck. And she writes on her phone, "You may need to get this checked out. It looks like it's cancerous." He goes in and gets checked out, and
is he a hockey player?
No, equipment manager.
Oh, my God. And it was cancerous.
It was cancerous, and he gets it removed. And so the Canucks and the Kraken combined to give her $10,000 for medical school.
Excellent. Oh, my God.
Best story I've heard in the last 6 months.
That's wonderful. Now let me tell you something now tonight. Oh, we got another friend going to join us too.
Yes. Oh gosh.
So tonight, my wife Darlene, she decides I want to go get my Chinese food. She likes I'm trying to think what she likes to eat, but she
chicken or beef.
Now it's these dumplings, some kind of dumplings.
Yep, steamed or fried.
I don't know.
There's a difference, but anyway.
But anyway, she gets these dumplings and stuff at this place because they're really good. Across the parking lot, there's a McDonald's. So I asked her, I say, "Look, do you want anything?" She said, "Nah, kind of do, but kind of don't." So I get the 2 cheeseburger meal with the French fries and a large drink. I get up to the window, and the lady said, "Nope, no charge." I said, "What?" The person in front of you paid for your food. So I said, "I tell you what, let's do this." And I've got a $5 bill handy right here. Let's pay the next person. She said, "Well, the next person's only $2.22. I said, "All right, pay that one and then pay part of the next person's." And so, man, I'll tell you what, shit like that, just little small stuff. Doesn't that mean a lot to you folks? When
I've had it happen a couple times. It's happened to me a couple times.
Yeah, it if you're not in the best of moods, it'll put you in a great mood.
Yeah.
And it's cold here. Me and Tim's just talking about how damn cold it is. It's like 24 here, 27. I mean, it's really cold here.
Yeah.
Keith is asking, what's the latest? And I'm going to say we're on live.
Yeah.
Waiting for you. Dwayne, I'll get your next question here in just a second. Tim, that is what I was hoping to do so I could look at the monitor and be on the camera. Yeah. Oh, you son of... Oh, yeah, what kind of bullshit is that?
I miss the cold, though, man. I really do.
27 feels like 20. This is really cold. This is really cold now. Our snow went away. We were supposed to get a little bit more last night. We didn't get any.
I couldn't tell you how much snow we got because I just looked out the window, but it didn't seem like it was too much. But they either it melted.
Roads are clear. Roads are clear here. So now, do you live in an apartment, Tim? Or do you live in a
apartment?
Okay. So is it like we've lived in some that was 50 in a set, and we've lived in some that was 400 in a set. So
no, it's not that many. It's like 6 or 7 in a building.
Oh, okay.
How
many buildings?
There.
I think it's A through E. So.
Okay. So maybe.
Well, the worst part is that I feel bad. It's the E building is the one that's closest to the parking lot, which I am. So the problem is if you live in the A building, you got to drive all the way down the driveway, park, and then walk all the way back up.
Yeah. I got you.
If it told me anything other than the first 2 buildings, I'm like, I'm sorry, guys, I can find better.
Yeah. P-Jet's in Harrisonburg, Virginia. He's about 2 hours northwest of where I'm at, so he's in the mountains. 18. Miss Elvis says it's 14 there. Dwayne Mart says we got about 3 inches here last night. And Larry Harris says I'm an hour south of Tim. We have no snow, but I am pretty darn sure. It's pretty darn cold out. Yeah, it's cold everywhere, man. It really is. It's chilly out. Dwayne, he's getting it set up. He's getting the cam, everything he needs for his computer, so he can start his own channel.
Okay.
Plus, he'd like to come on live here. So, and the news of the night is we're going to have Keith Avalon on. Keith will try to be on. He is going to make all attempts ASAP to where it works out with me, works out with him. And I just want, I love a panel. If you don't have any play games, fine. If you do have play games, fine. Just have some questions together. Be like, and this is one I want to ask him. Is he interested in possibly making any kind of game that's stats driven? If not, all you got to do is say no. It's not a big problem, but I mean, it's going to be a question I ask. So we're not, we're going to be cool to him. I'm not going to hold him over an hour. And,
I would hope that anybody asks questions, they're sensible questions.
Yeah, right. Just, and if you don't know anything about play.com, go to the website, read about it. If you want to know if he's got some upcoming sets coming up, that's all we got to do is ask him. Have a pen and pencil out, or just be able to rewatch this, and that'll be good. That'll be good. So he got in touch with me and asked me what would be my convenient time to do it. So
okay.
I was like, okay, this sounds pretty promising now. So he's like, yeah, I feel like I can do this. So good. Michael P. stuck trying to get onto his internet server. So once he gets in, I guess he'll be in here. Keith White. I just heard from Keith, and I just told him, I said, we're in here already. I invited Anthony. I invited John Wise. I invited Apple Bryan. I invited Big Paulie, like to if he would do an LPGA set for History Maker Golf.
That's a bad idea, actually.
No, does he do that, Harris? Harris is talking to somebody right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you got these kids now that can, these girls that can hit the ball pretty hard.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Harris, does he make LPGA sets?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
So that's a good question.
Dwayne, it is an excellent question, Dwayne. You could definitely be online live with us and ask him. Say, look.
Yeah, and I haven't even seen any of those in any of the free sites either.
Yep. And yeah, okay. That's a great question, Dwayne.
I mean, there's the one part where I don't know if you remember from back. Oh, this would be late '90s when Annika Sorenstam was playing with the guys, and she outdrove one of the guys, and the guy had to wear a skirt.
She was a hell of a golfer. She was
a great golfer.
Yeah, and now she's a mom and does her own thing. And
I think she might do.
She plays some
color commentary for a while.
She does, and then once in a while, still plays it once in a while.
Okay.
And that's a lot.
The early famous golfer, Nancy Lopez, was married to Ray Knights.
Yes.
They aren't anymore.
No, right. You're right, and it's just very, very interesting. Yeah, the wife saw your dog last night. And she's like, "Oh my God, Harris's dog's great." She liked your dog.
He's about 10 pounds overweight, though.
It doesn't matter. She could see the way he was looking at you. She liked that a lot. We got a fourth coming now, guys. There we go. What's up, Keith? What's up?
Oh, not much.
We got a fifth coming.
Hey, Tim,
what's up, Mike? What's up, Mike?
Combo number 5.
Tim, where you robbed to last night?
There he is. Now, what's your dog's name, Harris?
Murdoch.
Murdoch.
Yeah.
Tim, what were you up to last night?
Thursday night is my bus time trivia night.
All right, Bill.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How'd you do, Tim?
Yeah, and then we completely blanked on who was the 2021 Grammy winner for Best New Artist.
Is it
Adele?
Oh, no. 2021, not 2005.
I don't know no new people, man.
Not Dua Lipa.
Yay West.
Not Yay West.
Was it
Lord,
was it?
No.
Hold on.
Royal.
Billie Eilish? No.
Funny you mentioned that, Michael, because that was who we thought it was, and she must have been 2020. It was the person who has the I think she had Popeye's flavor named after Megan Thee Stallion.
That's right, Megan Thee Stallion.
Oh boy, yeah,
exactly.
That's it. I'll be damned. Shit, I never heard of it.
Trust me, half of the ones that win Best New Artist anyway hardly go out and do anything anyway.
Well,
Dwayne Marks,
like your American Idol winners.
Lexi Thompson can drive a ball. You are correct, Dwayne. Yeah. She really can't hit the ball. She cannot putt worth a shit. She's not a great putter, but yeah, she can drive a ball. She's a whole lot like Dustin Johnson. Dustin Johnson don't know which end of the putter to hold, but yeah, he really is bad. He really is bad.
Hey,
One year,
don't make fun of Wayne Gretzky's son-in-law.
Yeah, he's not yet. He's not yet. She's still holding off long as she can with her marrying that bony jabroni.
I thought they were married.
I don't think they are yet. No.
Hold on.
No. I don't think so. They're still in the dating stages, even though I think they got two or three kids.
I thought they were. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you watch the Hawaiian tournament today, Rob?
I did not. Clue us in as to what is going on.
I don't either. I'm
okay.
I forgot that was on. But
yeah. Oh, well. Today was a rough day for me. I took some cold medicine. When I woke up, I was all hocking up stuff and coughing up junk. I was not feeling good, so I went and took me one of these little pink pills, allergy pills. Man, I don't give a damn if I am 6'4" and weigh 235, 240 pounds.
No.
It's the Century Tournament of Champions.
Yeah, it's on now, says Dwayne. Yeah, 6 hours difference, so I guess it would be about 2 o'clock there.
Probably on then. Okay.
Right.
So,
Sorry.
so I take that pill, and like I say, I'm 6'4", weigh about 230, 235, 240. Knocked me on my ass. Started at 6 on the Golf Channel. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So I can watch it tonight when I go lay down. But, yeah, I'll tell you one thing. You want some mean stuff? That is, to me, some mean stuff. I don't take meds. I'm not a big meds person. I hate taking stuff like that. So when I do get sick, when I do feel like shit, it will help me. And it generally does.
Here it is.
Yeah. Dwayne's going to start his own channel, guys. Keith.
Matsuyama is leading.
Dwayne Mart's going to start his own channel, and he wants to come on here and guest with us sometimes.
Yeah, he starts his own channel. He can play Cold Snap Express on there.
Yeah. And he says he likes History Maker Golf, so History Maker Golf, not my favorite. It's okay. Everybody knows my favorite golf is Inside the Cup golf, but History Maker Golf's okay. I'll play it. Definitely play it with somebody that's learning the game. I do chips sometimes, do not always do chips. It's just, I'm like, golf is like such a different game from basketball, football, or anything like that. You can go to the first tee, knock the ball straight ahead, 275 yards, hit the ball in the middle of the green and 2-putt and make a par. The next hole can be 140 yards, and you can top the ball and still be 75 yards away. So, I mean, that's golf for you. Each hole is its own individual thing. That's why I don't like saying where you carry over positives and negatives. No, hell no. If that was the case, man, I'd been in shot par a bunch of times. No. I've been from the first tee to the second tee to the third tee and got 2 birdies and get on the fourth tee and triple bogeyed. You know, it's just, that's a way of life, man.
Yeah, Matsuyama's leading. And there's
I like it because the older golfer said. That's cool, Dwayne. Yeah. Man, I'll tell you, everybody has got their own reasons for liking different games. And I think it's awesome. The good news I was saying just a little while ago, pay it forward. I went to McDonald's. Somebody paid for my meal ahead of time. So, I just left 5. I just said, here's 5 for the next person. They said, next person's only $2. I said, pay for them and then part of the next person. So,
right. I've done that at Starbucks. I've done that.
Yeah, and I tell you what, then they put a smile on your face. I don't care if it's $3, $4. If you're having a decent day, it just bumps it up a little bit. That's really good. So, and we saw the guy, and we beat the horn, and he was just waving away at us, and we was like, hey, that was pretty cool. I wish Inside the Cup had older sets. Dwayne, I'm going to tell you right now, me and my buddy Alan, we're going to get together, and we're going to try to, I think maybe work on a couple of more European layouts, maybe St. Andrews. And I'm telling you, you cannot tell a difference between Chris's sets and Alan's sets. And when it's that good a quality, all I can say is as long as Chris doesn't bitch about it, he's like, okay, I'm still selling, and this is helping me. I don't think he'll say anything. So it's been pretty cool. It really has.
Well, and the thing is, I mean, user-made sets you really can't say anything about as long as you're not selling them for profit.
Right. Because he's giving away free PDFs. So if you got Inside the Cup Golf, I know where you can get a couple of courses. And then after you play a couple of courses a few times, you're like, okay, shit, I need other courses to play. I've seen them on your and Alan's channel. They are professional. Yeah, they are. He is a professional when it comes to knowing his computer, knowing how to print out, knowing how to do layout. He's great at that.
Nice haircut, Tim.
Thank you.
I just realized it.
Got it like what, a week ago, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
You're lucky.
Lucky he said. Seventh day of.
Did Keith give you any idea what night?
He's not now yet got back to me as far as what day or night we're going to do this. I would say he's probably going to try to do it sometime next week. So, guys, I've gotten in touch with most everybody today, emailed or some kind of way. I will come on here and do a live feed and say, look, we're going to have Keith on here at 6 o'clock tonight, 7 o'clock tonight, 8 o'clock, whenever. And then you guys just hang tight, and I will be sending invites out. And just, all I'll say is be cool to him, and we're not going to hold him over an hour. So once we get to the 45, 50-minute mark, you guys got to put the brakes on my ass. Be like, hey, Rob, look at the clock. He did my home course. Yes, it's only a 9-hole course, Dwayne. So, yeah, he did it to where you can only play – if you want to only play 9 holes, you can. You can play 18 if you want to, yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's real cool. So what are we eating tonight, Mike?
Right now, I'm just drinking.
Oh, okay. You're just drinking alcohol.
I had pizza for lunch.
Pizza for lunch. A little alcoholic beverage for dinner.
No, I don't drink.
Oh, you don't drink. What you got there then? What are you drinking? Is it pineapple?
No, this is lemon. This is the Ozarka.
Ozarka. Okay.
Ozarka.
All right.
It's like Texas's brand of water.
Okay. Is it like a flavored water?
This is flavored water.
Yeah. I got you. Keith?
Why don't they just call it water then?
It's flavored water. Flavored water.
It's got
Get the fizz. Keith, what you got over there eating and drinking?
And has no sugar.
What do I have? What?
Eating and drinking. Yeah.
I got a cup of coffee. That's about it.
There you go.
Okay. Harris, what you got going on?
I got iced tea sitting here, and I have 5 guys being delivered.
Oh, okay. So he's got some food coming. And then Tim. Tim's not chump. Most time you can hear Tim when he's eating on his chips, but no chips.
No, I'm kind of
smart
chip right now.
Yeah.
I might get something after we're done here.
So Tim,
cool.
Did you see that Stratomatic's new sets are going to be 86 and 47? I think.
Yeah. And essentially what they're trying, and a lot of people aren't happy because they don't know if because they only did 86 in advance before, so now this is their introduction to 86 and Savvy.
I've got 86 on the computer, and it's like super advanced. I've had that for years, and it's got the ballpark effects. It's got the clutch hitting.
Okay. I think a lot of us are just done. We're kind of but on that yeah.
I know that Strat said they're not going to have opening day pickup this year.
Nope, they're canceling that again too.
Mm-hmm.
But
and where's Strat's place? Is that in Pennsylvania? Or is that in Ohio?
Glen Head, New York.
Long Island, New York. Glen Head.
Oh, okay.
Glen Head, Long Island.
Oh,
which
all
makes
right.
shipping to me a lot cheaper than it is to shipping to Michael, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
They could move down to Florida, like right next door to IDJ, and he would probably still take him 3 weeks to get his order.
Well, shit, get lost in the mail.
They would dig a hole next to his mailbox, put it under the ground, and sit next to his mailbox and dig it out 3 days later and say, "Hey, it's been there the whole time." Yeah, they would have to fuck with IDJ if he lived close to you. You imagine that shit.
Just for a gag, take a soaking wet box and hand it to him at the door.
What was that he marked on, guys? Somebody tell us. My dates for YRL. We're gonna get some more. We're gonna get our races going again next week. Yeah.
I thought you said it was the Apple football. But...
Was it Alba football? Maybe it was. Yeah. What was that he marked through and then put something else on it or something? Boy, he was pissed that day. He was fired up. Then the next thing he said, I'm going to sell it. Well, who the way hell wants to buy a bunch of bullshit you done drew on like a damn 2-year-old?
Well, and that's the thing I don't get about like people marking up on their strat cards. I'm like, I mean,
like that.
You can't really do anything.
Tell people, I'm like, look, don't mark on these. Don't put any drinks near them. Like, this stuff's expensive.
Yeah.
I've given up on strat anyway. So
I don't
on strat cards. The only thing I have for strat, I've got strat hockey, and I still have a strat basketball.
I got you.
Yeah, replay basketball looks like the better way to go. I was watching Replay Gamer do a 92-93 Cavs Bulls game. Like, that looks hella fun.
They have that. For me, it's that new pocket pennant run.
I watched Matt O'Brien play Georgia versus Alabama. Anybody watch that?
No.
Georgia beat them by like 18 points.
And did they win?
On that, it was some type of. I want to say it was called replay football.
Yeah, football.
Yeah, I believe that's what he's using. It was this season. So, yeah, Abba Bryant has some good stuff. He really has some good stuff. We got to get him on the channel sometime. Yeah, he stays busy a lot, but I still send him requests all the time. So I'm sure his email is like, "What the hell? Who the hell's sending me all this stuff?"
He's very creative too.
Right?
Yeah, yes, he is.
Yeah, he says I got a stalker.
Yeah.
Harris, for the strat hockey, is it kind of like you use the FAC cards, and then after you get to where there's a shot on goal or something, you roll dice to determine the outcome? Or
it's a combination. The entire game is a combination of dice and facts.
FAC cards.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's the way that replay basketball works. Both on the computer and the tabletop game. And if they ever had a hockey game that played with an engine very similar to the basketball game, that would be good. Really good.
Yeah, well, that's.
Oh my god.
That's kind of a tough thing to do because then it's like face off and then puck possession and then probably.
Casey Thompson transfers. Holy crow.
All that stuff. So it is what it is. I'm sure it's probably in the works, or they realize it's not part of their not high on their things they could sell. That's another thing.
So. No, it says that the their football game went to, I think, became second season football with play games or something, but I don't know.
Yeah. For replay.
A lot, yeah.
Yeah, replay. Well, that was a game Keith originally created. Then he let replay have it for a while, and he took it back over.
Oh, okay.
USFL 10-game season.
Right.
And they've already named, 4 coaches? 5 coaches already. 4, I think. 4
coaches yesterday.
And they're supposed to name 4 more in the upcoming week.
Early next week.
Mike Riley was the most famous name out there. I wonder if they're all guaranteed a certain amount of money.
I would say Meyer get one of those jobs.
Urban Meyer does not need to be around USFL. He's a dumpster fire dude.
But he'll make it Urban Meyer's team.
He'll make it USFUCK. What I'm saying. He'll make it USFK'd.
He could be the Donald Trump of the USFL.
Yeah. Yeah, I go get ice at my Dollar General today. This girl here lives in Virginia now. She says, I lived in Florida, and I lived in a trailer park, and you wouldn't believe it. Donald Trump showed up down there. We had cookouts every weekend. And I'm thinking to myself, all right, look. you might be a little bit drunk. You might be a whole lot drunk, but don't come up and tell me you had a cookout with Donald Trump every damn weekend. But she was saying, oh, he would bring the food and bring T-shirts and give everybody food. And now I'm back here in Virginia, and we look, yeah.
Pinocchio.
I'm like, what in that blue blazes of hell is she talking about? Good God.
Yeah, it's
Matsuyama 12 under. You think that's an easy course, folks? How about that bullshit?
he's
How about playing
-8 for the round so far.
Right.
Oh, okay, that's right. Today is second day already.
Yeah.
Okay. If it's a par 72, he's 60. Right now he's on pace for a 64. So, yeah, that's the kind of course you want to play. That's the kind of course you
Well,
want
the
to be
Hawaii
playing.
courses are always. Are they the easier ones? I mean, I'm sure there's a
Well, more often than not, the greens, they're the hardest to read just because they break back toward the ocean, whichever way the ocean is.
Okay.
Yeah, and about everything is rock based. It's not everything. So if you're able to hit high ball and have it land down pretty straight, most time you're pretty good. Par 73 in these 8 under. So he's looking at a 65 right now so far. And where's Matsuyama? What, 15th, 16th? He probably maybe even further than that. He may be 18, 17, 18.
He's it's through 17. Yeah.
Through 17. So he's got one more hole.
Yeah.
Anybody hear
And
anything
Cameron
about
Smith has made a nice little from Australia.
Cameron Smith, yeah, he's got a place down in Florida now, out Celebration, Florida. He's got a place out in that area. Yeah. What was your question, Keith?
Oh, I was gonna say, did anybody hear anything about the guy for the Knicks that pissed off the fans in New York or something last night by
I have not.
giving
Randall.
booing or something?
Who was it, Mike?
Randall. What's his name?
Julius Randle.
Randall.
Yeah.
He got
Uh-oh.
pissed off last night. He even told the fans to shut the F up.
He told the fans that he was number one.
Oh,
He still won the game. The Knicks won the game.
Or he gave him the infamous Scrooge salute.
yeah. that will cost him a game or two in the NBA.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be a heavy fine if he didn't use any curse words.
But he did. But the fact is, he did use curse words. So.
Okay. Well, yeah, that would definitely.
And Michael K. will.
I'll be back.
All right, Harris. That's fine. Yeah, Harris.
By
back.
the way, I also read that thing with Alex Rodriguez and Michael K. for that Sunday Night Baseball.
Yes.
Gag me with a damn spoon.
I would
Like,
watch it.
I understand.
I would watch it.
He froze up.
Golly.
I like
Mike says he'd watch it, Tim.
I would watch it.
You would watch it? No.
Sure.
Michael K. and
I'll tell you
A-Rod.
what, Alex Rodriguez knows a lot about baseball, but I do not need to see you. The game is supposed to be in the forefront, not YouTube jibber jabbering.
I'm not a big Michael K person. No. I don't think it. No. He's right. He's right there with that guy in San Francisco. I don't like that asshole.
Dwayne Kuiper.
No, the ball-headed guy.
Like the Miller guy.
Oh,
John Miller. I can't stand that son of a bitch. I don't like listening to him. He likes talking about, well, if we look back at 1953, this motherfucker, he was 8 years old. Don't tell us what the fuck happened in 1953. We don't give a shit. Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind listening to it if we're going to talk about it as far as doing a game, but we're going to sit here and we're going to watch a live game with the San Francisco Giants and San Diego Padres. And, yeah, I remember when I was a kid, we sat down on the 18th row right behind the dugout. And that's a ball, so that's ball one. And we were sitting behind. We're sitting right.
The infamous is the Brenneman when he talks about how Castellanos hitting the home run after he gets done railing on sexual orientation.
Yeah. So, I was sitting 18th row there, and I never will forget that I set my hat down for a second, and that's ball two. And, that bullshit. Who the hell wants to listen to him talking to a damn give us a damn story all night. Story time with
him and Joe Morgan together. You didn't think was a
Joe Morgan was a piece of trash too. Joe Morgan he was as boring as and so is A-Rod. A-Rod's terrible. I think we need more Spanish speaking guys. At least if we can't understand them, we can try to anyway.
Pierzynski.
You try Eric Karros for a game?
I've never heard Eric Karros. I think let's put Pedro Martinez out there.
Oh,
I can't halfway understand. See, I can't halfway understand him, so fuck it. You know, hell, if we don't understand something he says, that's fine. Let's slide.
Ron Darling or AJ Pierzynski or
Ron Darling's fine. I can listen to him. Yeah.
He's doing the Sunday night game.
Ron Darling will. That'll be fine.
Either that, or you could have Keith Hernandez there, and you hear him listen to him talk about strap baseball all the time.
Or drinking.
Don't worry about it.
Or how much he drank when he was in St. Louis,
or how much, or how he screwed over the Indians for his half season that he played there.
You like listening to Kuiper and Kruko do the Giants games?
Yeah. He's like a kind of a diet Ken Harrelson.
Who's going to take Jerry Remy's spot now that he passed away?
Oh, that's going to be so interesting.
Yeah, I'm hearing Eck. I'm hearing Eck is going to be the permanent. Eck, I'm telling you, let's just say it this way, and let's not make no bones about it. He's a high risk because he will say shit, and he has no fucking filter. No filter. I mean, you know, he's the one that came out there, what was it, a couple of years ago? And what stadium was it at? Was it at Cleveland or was it at Cincinnati? And it was during a commercial, but he didn't realize that they weren't off the air. And it was two women holding hands going through right like in a little vestibule behind them. And he brought up something about which one of those is a guy because he said something about both of them ugly as fuck. And yeah. I mean, this son of a bitch has no filter, bruh. And they were supposed to be going to a commercial. And it was, I want to say it was maybe a spring training, or right there at the end, right before the spring training was over with. So they were visiting a place just heading home. And that shit happened. And they pulled him into the offices when they went back to Boston. And he says, I didn't say shit. And they played the video of him saying, which one of those is supposed to be the woman. And he says, I don't deny that shit. He says, hell, I thought you was talking about something during the game. So he pretty much said he didn't give a fuck. So
he did not follow rule number 1 of broadcasting. The mic is always
hot. It's always hot. Yep. It is always hot. I miss Marty Brenneman and Joe Nuxall back in the 70s and 80s. Okay. This one belongs to the Reds.
Move up to the desktop here because I think it's screwing around here.
You know, your camera froze there for a second, Tim. And all of a
sudden
you were there on your couch, and then all of a sudden, boom, you just disappeared like in a flash.
It's
like,
it's
like bewitched.
Sean D says, I'm not a big Keith White person.
Yeah, he might have to silence me or something there, Rob.
Don't hold back how you feel, Rob. Oh, yeah, Larry, you guys know me by now. Shit. Unfollow. Yeah, I'm always getting unfollows.
Yeah, you and Dave Gardner with Ron Juckett, always unfollowing.
Oh, man, are you kidding? It's just like, you got to know if you come on my channel, I watch what I say. I'm very, very careful.
Hey, watch it. Right
even the time when we brought up horse meat, I was like, whoa.
Brought up who?
Brought up horse meat. Because we were making a thing about the Broncos and the Lions, and they were going to have them for horse meat.
Oh.
Whoa. So.
Well, yeah, that's FDA though, that because of the chemicals or something that they ingest or something.
Yep.
Now, do you guys Is there any more bowl games other than Monday night now?
Nope, that's it.
They got rid of one this week, right? Or did they not?
No, that was essentially LSU did not show up against Kansas State. Although for some unknown reason, for the last play of the game, decided to run a halfback reverse on.
Oh, so they did play. They actually did play.
They played Tuesday night.
So, okay, was Brian Kelly the coach?
I couldn't tell you. I didn't watch the game.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering. We're just
waiting for Black Monday.
Yeah.
They already said today that Gettleman is going to retire Monday.
Gettleman, Dave Gettleman from the Giants. He's going to retire. So guess what? If you ever were the coach of the Giants, which right now it's what's his name?
Joe Judge.
Joe Judge. You better have your damn papers out. Send them to everybody because you don't have a job.
Yeah.
Tuesday, you don't have a job. Bye.
Essentially, Monday is if you're a potential head coach, you better.
Yeah, Monday's Black Monday. That's what they call it.
Yeah, but he's going to be one of the first to go, and then we know. If the guy from Chicago doesn't get fired, that's the luckiest bastard there is on earth right now because he was going to get fired for the last 10 weeks.
Yep.
Remember? Do we remember? Don't we remember Thanksgiving Friday? They did already promised him. They promised him his damn walking papers. That was week 7.
Then number 3 is Harbaugh.
Harbaugh's going to walk. I don't think they're going to. Who you talking about, John or Jim?
John.
John, I think, is going to get fired, and I think Jim is going to leave on his own, and he's going to end up picking up one of these jobs. Oh, yeah. Vegas. I think he's going to Vegas. Yeah.
Yeah,
I really do. Who's going to take a Houston job? Oh, Bill O'Brien.
Again?
Bill O'Brien's leaving Alabama. And where the hell is it? Where is he? Where the hell is he going? Oh shit!
I saw that too.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Bill O'Brien leaving Alabama, going
Jaguars.
Huh?
Jaguars is where Bill O'Brien.
Yeah, to the Jags. That's right, to the Jags, the head coach there.
What will Joe Judge's next job be? Sean says he's going to the CFL.
He's going to the Hy-Vee. Mr. Judge.
Joe Judge will not be head coach. He might be assistant coach. He might be a coordinator somewhere, but he's not going to be a head coach nowhere.
No.
Unless he goes to the local high school.
Never again.
Well, I'm not going to go that far and say that shit because when you can rehire Urban Meyer and see all the bullshit that's around him, and I still say he's going to get another job. I still say he will. Some dumb ass out there hired a crazy bastard.
Oh, for college? Why not? Why the heck not? It's if you're a low end max school,
right?
Why the hell not?
Yeah, Central Florida.
I was thinking MAC, not
Southern Miss. Anywhere. Shit, they could hire him. And look,
if Antonio Brown had played for the Jaguars this year.
Can you imagine? Oh my Lord! They would have caught that. They would have caught that stadium on fire. They would actually burn the fucking place down. Yeah. Can you imagine?
Well, if they burn that down, then AEW doesn't have a place to hold its venue in Jacksonville because
I'm sure they got it. I'm sure they got insurance.
Right, but you got to rebuild.
Yeah, that's the thing. That guy right there, he is a dumpster fire.
Tony Khan?
No, Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown.
Oh, like the miscommunication between him and the coaches and the trainers, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm injured.
Their defensive coordinator down there in Jacksonville.
Hey, Tim, did you hear the radio interview from the girl?
Yeah, she's a piece of work herself because she's been on the Dr. Phil show a couple times.
Yeah, and about COVID.
Yep.
And then now she's got it.
Of course she does.
but there it is. She's done everything in the world to every guy in the world, never gotten COVID, and now she goes to a party on New Year's Eve. I don't reckon she cleaned somebody's toilet seats there, but she did in the airplane, and she got $1,000 for that. I'm just like, this chick, man, is one freaky bitch.
Yeah,
she's crazy as hell.
Waiting to explode.
Yeah,
I mean, it's we'll just say.
And then she's got the video holding it, and all's gonna happen is this: Antonio Brown's what do you call it? His guy he pays as representative. He's gonna get in touch with her and say, "Look, how about 25,000?" And if she sees more money than that, people paying online to watch it, she's gonna tell them to go to hell.
Right.
Yeah. She has made it clear, I will make porn, and especially if he videos it, I'm not stealing it. Shit.
I mean the worst part is that you could play the intro. There actually was a song, a rap song by Ludacris called 1 Minute Man. And from what I'm understanding,
Rob with his 30 for 30 last time.
Yeah.
30 and 30, you know.
30 on, 30 off, 30 on, and then I'm gone.
You can't even get you can go brown chicken. You can't even finish off brown cow.
Oh no, you can't even go the whole. You can't even go the whole song with that, right? I was on her for 30 seconds. I was off for 30 seconds.
You gotta just shut up and listen.
You can have a cool country song from that, can you? We went at it for 30 seconds. Yep. We took a 30-second break. We went at it for 30 seconds, and then she took off like.
You need Jeffro to do a song for you on that.
Oh my goodness! Wouldn't that be some? Oh yeah, Jeffro would have a good one. Wouldn't he? I could have him come on.
I'm telling you, there's got to be an SNL skit in the near future on this. It's too easy not to do it.
Oh yeah. 30
on, again, the
30 off,
will say you do this and you don't get your contract renewed.
Can you imagine?
The Caps are off to a quick start. 1-0 over St. Louis early in the first.
You could say, and you only missed one commercial.
Kid Castro would produce a song. Oh my gosh. Oh my Lord. And she put her suit on inside out.
Upside down.
Face to face right now.
Upside down, you turn me, yeah. Oh, shit.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
It's funny as hell because she was like, I was expecting him to maybe call me at halftime when he was leaving. And she said, I want
to get out of town.
And then after that, he ends up meeting up with her again, I guess. I don't know. Did they meet up again after the game? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
He was heading to the airport.
She probably has an
I'm
idea
heading to the airport. I'm heading to the airport. Airport. Which one? I don't give a fuck, man. I just want to get me in the air.
Yeah, grab your freaking take some time, freaking get dressed. I don't care if you even shower.
Yeah. Well, she even said, I don't think he showered.
He did.
They say that she didn't think he took a shower from the time that they did whatever they did before he left to go to the stadium the next morning. Nasty motherfucker. And then she was so crazy. She was wearing some little bunny outfit, some kind of outfit.
A bodysuit.
And put the son of a bitch on backwards.
Inside out.
Inside out. Now, that's how drunk she
Brady's out next weekend because of COVID because he was around Antonio Brown. And
can you imagine? Oh, my Lord. Can you imagine? Oh, my God.
Well, Brown was living with Brady, wasn't he?
when
Yes,
he first came down to
Yeah.
to Florida. This was in September, and then preseason he
But
had
what
him
if
with
Brady's
him.
wife gets it and he doesn't? Then
Wouldn't
he's
that
in-
really be some stuff? Just
Well, wait a minute,
Giselle.
where'd you get it?
Yeah,
And then
I saw this woman with a bunny suit on.
I gotta see how old Tom Brady's oldest one, the one he had with Bridget Moynihan.
Yeah. Sean D says I was a cameraman for Antonio Brown.
He probably didn't pay you that well.
Oh my goodness.
He filmed it at 5,000 frames per second. So you can take
And still won't that many frames because it didn't want that many seconds. That's the funny part. You'll imagine. She said he was boring. I was at least expecting him to bite me a couple times. I'm like, what the fuck? Thought he'd bite.
She had to wake him up at one point.
Yeah, I said so I didn't know what was wrong with him, and then I had to look over at him and I had to wake him up because he was then fell asleep on me. That's some funny shit.
30 seconds puts him to sleep.
Yeah. She said I turned the radio on. Didn't help. I go to grab him a couple of places.
Bunny onesie. Elvis.
Funny onesie shit. I don't
Do
think
they make
so.
them for people over 6 feet tall?
I don't know.
It has to have the ears on it.
Yeah, but they don't make them for nobody this sober. Man, oh man, she's wearing it backwards. You know, man. Inside out, she said how drunk she was. I'm like,
Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
And she's so damn proud of it too.
Yeah, oh yeah. She knows. She sees the paycheck. She sees.
Oh yeah.
She sees the money coming. Whether Antonio Brown's agent's going to be paying her straight up check, or
Actually, she's going to go Randy Moss style and go straight cash, homie.
yeah. I bet Antonio Brown went to sleep. 1 minute later, it was covered in sweat. Imagine. Yeah, she gets down to the first floor and said something about don't go to the second floor. That's Tom's floor.
Imagine,
Brady, can you imagine getting a whole floor and then said something about the team is up on the 6th floor? He didn't want to get bothered.
Imagine, some night Ken's going to be at home. He's going to be sitting there. Oh, man, I'm going to watch this. This is going to be great. He gets all situated. Where'd they go? It's going to be over.
Poor Ken, all he got to do is talk about football, and he's like, bye-bye.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talk about bodysuits and bicycles, and he's here. If you turn it on, yeah, baseball and bodysuits and riding
Or if
bikes.
he's got like one viewer, he'll show up.
Yeah, he'll support us on the side.
Yeah,
and he'll talk to us and be like, "Are you guys going to be talking about football all night?" And then, no, we'll probably be talking about porn stars a little bit. You just hang around. You'll be fine. You'll know who we're talking about because you probably interviewed him.
Yeah, Phil, how long do you think we'd get Sean on here for? Do you think he'd even come on for a minute? 10 minutes.
I get it, but until baseball actually gets the agreement going,
yeah.
What do you want to talk about? I mean, we could talk about the NHL, but I mean, I'll be honest with you. You've got probably 5% of the people who watch us are probably hockey fans.
Yeah, something like maybe 20, maybe 15 or 20. Just because a lot of us like sports, that's one good thing about it.
Well,
yeah.
Carolina's starting to lay it in on Calgary here, 3-1 in the second period. I'm not watching it, just watching the bottom line on the Capitals Blues game.
Yeah, Capitals and Blues.
I got the Capital Blues game on.
What's the score of that?
1-0.
Yeah,
they're playing the same.
Now it's going to be for the next 2-3 years. It's going to be what's Ovechkin's goal total? So if he can pass Gretzky,
Yeah.
If they do get a baseball season, or could we do a prediction on how many games a team's going to win in a week or something?
Are they playing in St. Louis tonight?
Yeah.
yes, they are.
Yeah.
And then Tarasenko placed on the COVID protocol list. That hurts. He's having a decent season.
No, the Bengals cannot get a 1 seed. No, it's over. It's over for the Bengals. They cannot get a 1 seed.
It's between Tennessee and Kansas City.
Yep.
Right.
If Tennessee wins its game this week, they're the 1 seed. If Tennessee loses
Tennessee controls it.
and Kansas City wins, Kansas City is. If both of them lose, Tennessee's number 1.
I saw something about the Steelers can find a way to get into the playoffs, but it involves like 5 teams.
Yeah, they have to count on.
The winner of the Ravens-Steelers game can get in with a combination of 4 other teams losing.
Right.
Or tying.
Yeah.
And then there was some talking about how, like, if one result happens, like that Vegas and LA would take knees to time.
With tie. If they got no tie, yeah, I heard about that.
I'm like, come on. Like,
that knocks the Colts out. If they tie this week, it knocks the Colts out. How about that?
Right.
Yeah. It knocks the Colts. The Colts get knocked out, and they end up both making the playoffs. Wouldn't that be something if they ended the game in a tie?
Tim, didn't you suggest that maybe Barkley would be a good fit for Buffalo or something the other night?
I mentioned that he may be going there, Saquon Barkley. Who will the Bengals be playing in the playoffs? Bengals are playing. Who do we say?
Do we want to say if the season ended today, who they'd be playing?
Colts. It's the Colts.
Yeah, 2-7.
2-7, yeah.
Yeah. And then the third is
that's what everybody wants to see too.
And then Sunday night, like we say, if Vegas and the Chargers end in a tie, the Colts are out and both of them's in. Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be some garbage?
And then the worst part this year for some, let's extend the first round of the playoffs even further. Let's have a game on Monday night.
Yeah. Now, in order for either the Ravens or Steelers to get in, they need the Colts and Chargers both to lose.
Right. Yep.
There's enough.
Are they having a game in the second weekend of the playoffs on a Monday night?
First weekend.
Super wild card weekend.
Yes.
Really?
Monday night.
Yep.
I had not heard that. Oh my God!
Yeah,
First time.
made that announcement.
I would hope whoever wins that game don't have to play on Saturday.
Right. You would hope they at least push them to Sunday evening anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I so wish the NFL. I understand why they do it because they get more eyeballs. Go back to 1-4 for AFC and NFC championship game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't want to see granted, now they won't do it this year because
people on the
MLK Day will be the divisional round, so they'll probably do a primetime game for that, so they can pull
3:30 and 7. Yep.
Probably.
Yep. Yes.
Or 3 and 6:30, something like that.
I do.
Yeah.
I like.
Yeah. 3.
I don't. I'm sorry. It's the two most just unwatchable weeks of to talk or listen about sports. It's second most to either March Madness or the NFL draft. Like all they talk, it's like don't care. You got 2 weeks to talk about this. Why talk it like? I understand you want to get the early line and talk about this and talk about that. I'm like, look, just get me to the darn game. Like the week after, the last week in January, the week between was usually the boring week because you had the NHL All-Star game, you had the Pro Bowl, you'd have, you don't have college basketball.
Hall of Fame voting.
Hey Tim, tell us the good news. Tell us about the medical student. Tell the folks about the medical student. Listen to this, guys.
So
1-1.
All right. So there was a story that came out that at the Kraken home opener, against Vancouver. There was a medical student sitting behind the Vancouver bench.
I've read this.
Okay, Michael knows this story. So she puts on the notepad on her phone, hey, there's a mole on the back of your neck. You might want to get it checked out. It might be cancerous. And so he goes and gets it checked out, and it was. And so the Kraken and the Canucks have decided to donate $10,000 to help her with medical school.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because he was an equipment manager.
Right. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So how about that, guys? How
He had a
cool was that?
melanoma or something back there? Or?
Yeah.
He could see something real bad in the back of
She
his
saw
neck.
it, and
Yeah. And then she kind of just held up her phone. She probably wrote in the little notes or notepad and just, hey, I'm surprised she probably didn't go down and talk to the team doctor. That they usually should have them on, or the trainer on the bench.
So they caught it early and all that?
Yes.
yes,
Yeah. We got it removed and everything's fine now.
gave her.
Philip, this is the first time the Bengals have made the playoffs since 1938. Little.
Ha 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 ha.
That's
What's
the
up?
one good thing with melanoma.
Sean,
Usually is
did
on
you
the
forget
surface for a long
2005
time
when they had
before
Carson
injuries.
Palmer and Chad Johnson and
Castro's here.
Hushmanzada and
Hey, Ken.
all them? Yeah, you must have forgot about that, Sean.
Right. Ken's invited too. Ken has an invite, so
We'll see what he's up to. I mean,
right. If he wants to come in here,
hey,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He can slide in at any time now. He's got the email. The email's out there for him.
I still think we need to get Sean in here.
John
Ken,
says he's coming soon.
I got to ask kind of question here, Ken. What's the listing of the World Series seasons that have been completed?
Right.
I mean, I still have not gotten started on 2016 yet, and I know Michael, did you do 1967 yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Could the Cardinals face Larry Fitzgerald in the playoffs?
God, no.
Because guess who Larry Fitzgerald's talking about signing with?
Tampa
The
Bay.
Buccaneers. He's thinking about signing with them Saturday.
Terrell Owens. Who's next?
Yeah, because everybody and their mother wants to gravy train off of Brady to get a Super Bowl ring.
Tampa's quarterback Tom Brady is trying to convince him to join the Bucs. How about that shit? Larry Fitz almost feels like that would be a slap in the face to Arizona, as that was his home team.
Oh, whatever. They didn't re-sign him. They mutually agreed not to go. He's a free agent. He can go anywhere he wants to.
Yeah. But it says he's probably not about to go to help Brady in Tampa either. We'll see.
I was reading about some of the.
That's the first I'd read about that. That's pretty cool. Come on, Ken.
Don't egg him on. He's okay. He wants to just kibitz.
How much does Antonio Brown's salary count toward the cap?
Right now, it's once he was released, he was on a we call it driven base. He was on a we call it
incentive based.
Incentive base. So he's got nothing against him now because he didn't have a full season contract. Everything was incentive based. 40 more yards and he'd have got $350,000. I'm like, jeez, 40 more yards.
Oh yeah,
Crazy.
I know he was talking another couple of catches for another $1 million.
Okay.
Yeah.
I shall return.
All right, Mike, you can come right back.
No, I'm saying I have to go help with groceries.
That's fine. That's cool.
Yeah. One hockey game now for the Blues and the Capitals. Let's see what happened. Who scored?
See what Ken's gonna do. Ken has notes.
Krug scored the St. Louis goal.
Oh, Torrey Krug with it, unless Schwartz got it in front.
You got your
I just said.
order.
Do what?
Yeah, by the way, that Jordan Kyrou kid for the Blues had a heck of a week. And also the Avalanche, they look like they could be the Western Conference favorites right now.
Harris, have you ever had one of their hot dogs? Is that what you got today?
Yeah.
Are they good?
Oh yeah, I got with cheese too.
Yeah, we got a local bar here that, well, not local for me. It's like I drive like 10, 15 minutes. But they have, let me see if they still have them before
Rob, I'm coming over to your place for the national championship. Give me a 6-pack.
6-pack of Lipton brisk tea or something, maybe. Or
yeah, water.
6-pack of squirt.
6-pack of water.
Right. Hold on.
Shit, I don't think I got any alcohol in the whole house here.
So there is a place that's not too far from me. Actually, I don't know if you ever saw the Man vs. Food with the melt in a city called Lakewood. There's this place that has the Atlanta dog, which is just coleslaw. They have the Kansas City dog, which is Swiss cheese and sauerkraut. The LA dog, which has bacon, grilled onions, mustard, ketchup, and mayo. And they also have the Chicago dog, which is mustard, relish, chopped onion, tomato slices, green peppers, a pickle spear, and celery salt on a poppy seed bun. So,
all of those.
The problem is that it's the only place in Northeast Ohio that I know does this, and yet they don't want to market themselves as, hey, we want a bar, but hey, you might want to have something where if you do like a tour of, like, you get all the hot dogs, you can get like a free beverage or something.
Well, I'll tell you what, in Baltimore, about maybe 5 years ago, there was a place. They had like 100 different versions of hot dogs. One of them, they literally had a complete cheesesteak put on top of a hot dog on a hot dog roll.
Yeah, you'd have to serve that in like an Orlando style, the big bun.
Like a po' boy bun.
Yeah, the po' boy bun. Yeah.
No, Mike didn't pass out. He's going to get groceries in.
Right.
He's going to get the groceries. Ken Castro needs to come in. I'm going to send Ken another invitation. That way he doesn't feel left out, because I already mailed him once.
I just don't care for Swiss cheese. It's just one kind I don't care for.
Yeah,
it's not my favorite. Yeah,
I don't like Swiss cheese at all.
But cheese and chili and cheese on a hot dog, I do like. I just don't want to get onions. I don't want onions.
I don't want no beans on my hot dog.
Oh, I don't care about beans. I can do that too. I can do chili with the beans. I can make my own chili.
You get the beanless chili.
That's sort of my. Yeah.
But I don't like onions. I don't like slaw, sauerkraut. I don't mustard. I don't like mustard.
I'm not a big sauerkraut guy, but
No.
I can eat it.
Ken is buttering up his legs before he comes in. Okay.
Carolina's up on Calgary.
Hope he doesn't get on his bike after he does that.
Sean says, I bet the name of the hot dog is called the Run to the Toilet. Shit.
Yeah, so
that was one of the things. She came and cleaned up my desk today, so now I've got like elbow room.
What's the best way to make a potted meat sandwich?
Dude, you just go in and dig with that damn knife and just go to town with it. Shit.
Dump it on the bread and spread it out.
You like it? You like it, Harris?
I eat the deviled ham.
Oh, it sounds like deviled ham. I like potted meat butter. Oh yeah.
I don't like the taste of
a little
potted meat, but I'll eat
a little can. I can. I'll make about 2 good sandwiches. You can have about that thick on it, and then the bread. I don't need no mayonnaise or nothing. Oh yeah, that's good. Good to eat. Have you got Pepsi beside of you?
With Swiss cheese, Glenn.
No, don't need no cheese. No cheese. So no Reuben sandwiches for you guys. What is wrong with you? They're the best.
Yeah, Glenn, those are a big deal here in Northeast Ohio. The Reuben sandwich.
Glenn Bonesteel. Glenn, do you want to join us? We gotta get some new folks on here. We gotta get some new blood on here. See if I got Glenn's email.
It's chilly out there.
Yeah, right. It's cold out there.
a bread and a piece of meat. Isn't there some movie where a guy like in a waiter's outfit walks up to a table with a woman there, and he's got his thing inside the hot dog bun, and she goes,
I can tell you about it. Yeah, it's called Bachelor Party. Yeah, they call him.
Oh, is that what that was?
With Tom Hanks.
Hi, Rob.
Rob has left the building.
Yeah.
Yes.
He went to watch Bachelor Party.
Yeah, 43.
Michael comes back and Rob disappears.
Yeah.
Yeah. Poof.
Now we were
What
talking
button
about.
did you push, Michael?
Huh?
What button did you hit?
I didn't hit anything. Poof. I hit my weather. That's not it. Yeah,
There he is.
I messed up. It's called Bachelor Party, and
Is that the Tom Hanks movie?
Yeah,
Yep.
Tom Hanks meets him back in the back of the kitchen, and we want to talk to the master of the show, and Mr. Nicholas, and he says, "Oh, you got a nickname?" He said, "Yeah, Nick the Dick," and they pop it in the bun, and they puts it on. And he walks over to the table, and the old woman grabs it and starts pulling and yanking like that. And the woman on the other side of the table is doing this shit, and all these guys are laughing in the back room. That's a funny-ass movie. Yeah, that's a funny fucking movie. But, yeah, Mr. Nicholas. And Mr. Nicholas? Yeah, Nick.
Man.
Yeah, Nick the Dick.
Well, let's hope it's a better 1980s Tom Hanks movie than the Man with One Red Shoe.
Ava does.
I tried to watch it. That was so bad.
What was that?
It was supposed to be a comedy. I don't think I laughed once.
What was that called?
I couldn't get into the Money Pit. I couldn't get into the Burbs. I don't know.
It's called The Man with One Red Shoe. It's him with Carrie Fisher and the other Belushi.
Oh, okay.
Jim Belushi?
Yeah.
He's not the greatest anyway. Jim Belushi is a little bit.
No.
I don't like him.
It was not good at all. And I essentially sacrificed it for, okay, I've seen another Tom Hanks movie.
Yeah.
Now, you want to go watch News of the World? That's a really good movie. Okay. It's a recent one.
I've never heard of that one.
Where he goes to like spots around the country just reading the news for the people who don't have the time to do it.
Oh.
And
sent Glenn Bonesteel a notice too, so he can come in. So Glenn, Ken, all these guys can come in. No excuses. All they got to do is join us. Have fun.
There's one thing I hate about Five Guys.
What's
You order
that?
you order a small fry, which they come in this.
Okay.
And they fill the bag with the rest. Yeah.
With the bag is
it's like
full
you
of the
get
rest of
another
them.
small fry in the bag.
I mean, if I wanted a medium or a large, I would have asked for it.
Yeah, but that's their thing. They
Little
the
bitches
generosity
fries.
keep
Little
coming
bitches
back.
got fries now.
And they're expensive.
Yeah, fat
You
chihuahua.
get the seasoned ones,
Just the regular ones.
regular ones.
I've had the seasons fried.
Sean
One and done for
D
me.
says Forrest Gump, my favorite movie. Nah, I can't go there.
You're a good man, Sean. You're a good man.
How about you,
I
Tim?
enjoyed
You like it?
Overrated, but
I love that movie. I
Really?
will not say whether it's my favorite or not, but
How about you,
because
Keith?
Not my favorite.
I enjoyed it, but it wasn't like
Yeah,
something I want to watch.
it's not a
over
top 10. It's not a top 10 movie I want to sit and watch again. Yeah.
sadly, I'm the guy who's seen it so many times that I now realize that the New Year's Rockin' Eve that they showed was the first one ever because they just had the 50th.
Oh, okay. Really?
Yeah,
I
'cause
didn't-
they went from 71 to 72, and this year was the 50th.
I was COVIDed out this year, so I was asleep by 9 o'clock this time.
5 gallons,
that makes
Sean.
sense.
Is there 5 women's instead of 5?
Five. No, there was no
5
five
gals,
ones.
tacos, and
Oh, my Lord.
Sean, one other question: have you seen the Shawshank Redemption?
I like it better than Forrest Gump.
I don't blame you. They're the
Shawshank was good. I
94
liked it.
Best
Yeah.
Picture nominees.
I liked it.
All
I
wonderful.
watched
Send
that
me
last
another
week.
invite.
Even though I'm not a big Tim Robbins fan at all.
That was a good movie, though.
It is all right.
Yeah, it's 2.5 hours that moves pretty quickly.
Yeah. And then Roadhouse. If you've ever watched Roadhouse, that's.
Sean's, I think Sean's. I think he can watch that now.
I forget
he's of age.
Did they have what happened in that movie with the guy that got into prison at the same time that Andy did, and he started crying when they were heckling him and stuff?
Yeah, they called him the Fish. Oh, he got beat to death.
Yeah.
He got beat to death
by the guards because he was crying and wouldn't shut up.
Oh.
Spoiler alert.
I've seen it enough times.
Yeah, the worst part was I never saw it on the big screen when it first came out, and then they had it where they'll I think in a couple of weeks they're going to re-show Casablanca on the big screen, and so they'll have it where they'll show old movies on Regal Cinemas. I didn't realize that the one part where he goes when he says I want my mommy, and then somebody in the background goes, "Yeah, I had her. She's not that good."
Oh damn! Oh shit!
I didn't realize that until I'd seen it in stereo where I could hear it. I was like, "Oh man!"
Damn.
Do
any of you guys watch YouTube just to watch different people doing different things? I like watching some of these guys that go out camping. Staying gone 6, 7, 8 days, and they take their dog with them and go. They'll build their own camp, even if it's snowing and shit.
Yeah.
There's a guy I've been following on YouTube that just got himself a TV show on National Geographic. His name's Joe Robinette, and he just announced it today that National Geographic something or another, Nat Geo something. It's on the old part of the channel or whatever. Anyway, it's called Man, Woman, Dog. And what it is, he goes out with his wife now and takes his dog with him and all, and they go camping and stuff like that and go out and staying out in the snow and stuff like that. He's hoping to get a little line of knives and stuff like that, kind of like it. What was it? Les Stroud. You ever heard of Les Stroud? Survivor Man?
Yeah.
Yeah, Survivor Man. That's it. That's the name of a show. He's one that they'll drop him off in a helicopter and they'll just let him out. They don't, and then they take his take a thing off his face, so he don't even know what country he's in. And then he has to survive for 21 days. And then he has to find a way to try to get somebody to come get him and stuff. So it's crazy stuff. No knives, no guns, no water cans, no nothing. They just start him off with the clothes on his back and his jacket. He might have a knife in his pocket, but it's crazy stuff. It really is. It's kind of like a dual survival. I'm sure you guys have heard of those two guys.
I'm kind of done with those survivalist shows like Naked and Afraid and
that's crazy. Yeah, that's some crazy shit. You know, when you start hearing about them staying in hotels overnight because it got to be too dangerous and
what's the name of Rosie Ruiz is going on over here?
Where
your way to the finish line.
Yeah, let's see.
I just mentioned that the Green Mile and the Shawshank Redemption are both, well, it's the longer title, are both Stephen King books.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm sure that I'd like to see how they explained they have the Michael Clark Duncan, God rest his soul, best role he ever had was in that movie. They have a thing where he spits something out when he takes something from somebody, how they explain that of what that's supposed to be, in the book.
Yeah.
I guess I could say for one thing I should be doing is for my 20-minute train rides, I should be reading more. I could probably get done with a few books going that way. So,
Glenn Bonestein and Ken Castro. And they need to come join us. They should come join us.
By the looks of it, Keith must be talking about a dumb movie.
That's what Ken Castro. He says he's watching with the sound off.
Keith must be talking about adult movies.
Not.
Nope.
Nope. Keith.
He's
watched
waiting on
last
you,
night.
Ken. He was waiting on you last night too, Ken.
Yeah. Oh, can I throw another thing that you guys were talking about last night about the first Super Bowl that you remember?
Yeah.
Chris being a little bit younger than you guys. Super Bowl 21 between the Giants and the Broncos was my first Super Bowl that I remember.
that.
Okay.
So, and then the one that
85, 86.
86, yeah, because of course that was Browns in that would have been the drive. And then, of course, a couple years later with the infamous 3D halftime show where you had to get the glasses between the Bengals and the 49ers.
Yeah.
That was the first one I remember being really good.
86, 87.
So 86, 87. Okay.
Right. Well, actually, the 49ers one was 88, 89.
Who's doing halftime this year, have they said?
Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre.
So they say.
Yeah. Well, right. And we don't know if it's even going to be at SoFi.
Yeah,
Ice-T.
they're talking about moving it.
Yes.
Ice-T, ice cubes, and ice coffee or something.
Well,
Ice water.
Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Mary J. Blige, and Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
And needless to say, Snoop Dogg will not be talking about rolling down the streets, smoking endo, sipping on gin and juice. Because the NFL does not want any references to marijuana.
Laid back with my mind on my money and my money on my mind.
Talking about camping outside and stuff. That reminds me of
the NFL thinking about
that movie, The
this?
Blair Witch Project, which was kind of the handheld camera outside and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I'd gone to see that in a theater with a friend of mine, and he couldn't watch it. He got sick because of the motion.
Yeah.
You get motion sickness with the camera jumping around all the time. I remember I looked over and he had his eyes closed. I said, "What's wrong with him?" He's like, "I can't watch it." He says, and his face was all red. And
Michael, are you asking what they're thinking by having them on the halftime show?
Yeah, what are they thinking about?
Right here. My generation.
Oh, please.
Well, it's better. Well, okay, so they did okay with Gaga, but everybody else is, and then Beyonce, I guess, did okay. But like everybody else, it's
I
like
enjoyed that.
The Weeknd. I didn't care about the Weeknd being on the halftime show.
He wasn't that good.
No, but like at least you'll get the eyeballs for the nostalgia for my generation.
I understand.
You're not going to appease everybody. Like Lady Gaga, I guess would have been the only one that probably could have appeased everybody. But it's either you're using the 20 minutes to go get more snacks, or you're taking it to go to the bathroom.
I will say, I thought her rendition of the national anthem was my favorite all time.
He's going to have his finger ready and on call for that.
Well, I mean, it can't be any worse than what MIA did the one year when she flipped off the camera.
Yeah.
When she was performing with Madonna, I'm like, do you realize you've got a golden freaking ticket and you screw it up like that? You take your paper planes and fly the hell out of here.
And this was the first Super Bowl. Was my first.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it took them about 20 years before they finally got somebody other than a marching band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because you can see the first 49ers Bengals Super Bowl that was in Detroit, the one that was like 30 degrees below zero outside.
Connecticut High. How about this one? Connecticut High School suspends its basketball coach, who apologizes after a 92-4 win this weekend. 92-4.
Okay, here's my question. There's got to be something that can be done. There's got to be a running clock in the second half. If you're up by 50,
high school basketball, there's not right now.
There should be then.
Oh, I agree.
That they might need to instead of suspending them, how about they start drafting something up that goes, if both coaches agree.
Oh, it's a girls. It's a girls game too.
Doesn't matter, boys or girls.
8-minute quarters, and they scored 90-some points.
92 points.
But the other team only scored 4. I mean, you can't penalize the coach that scores many points because the other team couldn't score.
I mean, if you're using the end of the bench players or junior varsity players, and if they're still scoring, what are you going to tell them not to score?
So what happened was the first quarter they played all their starters, and it was 29-0 after the first quarter.
29-0.
Halftime they played all their starters the first half, and they promised them if they showed up for all the practices, they would start them for 3 quarters. Halftime, it's 56-0. 3 quarters, the score had went up to 80-0. They bench 4 of their starters, and they bench 4 of their starters in the fourth quarter, and it was 12-4. They started 2 8th graders. I mean, they had 2 8th graders playing in fourth quarter, and they still outscored this team 12-4, and ended up with a 92-4 score. But they were
the starters shipping out the game after the first quarter.
80-0
or second or halftime minimum.
Yeah,
right.
And then at halftime, you can agree to
once it gets to be a 40-point game, they ought to just tell them, say, look, ladies, we're going to have a 5-minute halftime. You go get you something, water, whatever you want to. We're coming back out here. We're going to finish this game up. We're just going to get it done.
Or even, I would say, shorten the quarters to 5 minutes.
Yeah, but as long as the clock keeps running, even when you're making substitutions, the clock keeps running.
Yeah, but you know what? The other thing is the team that's trailing can concede at any time per high school federation rulebook.
Yeah, they can give up anytime they want to.
Or in 6-man football in Texas, in 6-man football, if you're ahead by 40 points by the start of the third quarter, game over.
Yep, I've seen that. Yeah,
game over.
Lyman Hall will play again against this team on the 28th.
Oh Lord, he might as well
it's
show up.
something like
if I'm the team that scored 4, I got a COVID issue that week.
Yeah. They had scored at least 31 points in all of its other 5 games. The team had lost.
Huh.
This other team is number 2 in the state.
I have to ask Harris this. You do basketball, right, Harris?
Huh?
Do you referee basketball?
I have, yes.
Did you read the story in Washington State about this kid who got fouled hard? And his 6'6", 260-pound father comes charging out to the court and clobbers a 72-year-old referee to the ground.
Really?
I read about this. I didn't see the video, thank God.
Yes. I saw that. I read that.
Well, that referee now owns everything that guy had.
Oh, you at least hope so. You at least hope so anyway.
The son and the father have both been kicked out. Quiet.
I've had one coach put their hands on me in a basketball game. And when he grabbed me from behind, I turned around, I threw a left hook and knocked his ass out. And that was during an 8-year-old basketball game.
Totally disgraceful.
So he was down?
Oh, yeah, he was done. He was done.
Done.
Well, see, the thing is, that was a league I ran. So I called the police. I told them I hit him in self-defense, which I had no problem over. I called the rec council that Monday morning, sent them my report. I also sent a letter to the coach telling me he was suspended from the league for life.
Good for him. Good.
That's wild.
If anybody cares, Milwaukee's beating the Nets by 11 right now.
Ken Castro says his first Super Bowl was the first.
The first one.
Yeah.
The one that was broadcast on 2 networks, and then they had to delay the kickoff so that because they kicked off and the one network wasn't back from commercial yet.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Story.
And the thing they had to move everybody down because it wasn't so highly. I mean, the worst part is that it wasn't called the Super. It was the AFL NFL Championship,
and they only had half a crowd there.
Yeah, and the other part was they kind of treated it like a preseason game almost because they didn't know, like, at the end the second stringers were in. I've seen the game, but
I just seen the highlights, Max McGee and all that.
Yeah, well, he was a little bit liquored up. They had found some black and white footage with, but not the CBS version. But somebody had the game filmed, and they had somebody announce over it or something. So it was on NFL Network once.
I remember Super Bowl 26. The Redskins had whoever kicked off. Buffalo kicked off.
Miller. They had the Thurman Thomas lost his helmet.
Well, yeah, but Buffalo had to kick off a second time, or whoever kicked off to start the game. I think it was Buffalo.
Norwood.
Because the official didn't signal or something to kick off to do it yet. So they had to tee it up again.
Yeah. It's crazy because
I remember Super Bowl 22, the halftime show was Chubby Checker. And they had those grand pianos and stuff.
Chubby Checker.
Yep.
Yeah. Chubby Checkers.
Yep. Well, then there was also the Michael Jackson Super Bowl where he just stood there for like 30 seconds.
27.
Get going now.
That's funny.
Yeah, the one where that game was over by halftime.
Madonna, remember that one?
Yep, that was a few. Well,
I love Prince with the Rain.
Oh, well, the most infamous one, of course, is the Justin Timberlake, Janet Jackson one.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, look, let's face it. The best Super Bowl show ever was Rob's last year.
Halftime show you did recapping the game, yeah.
That was halftime. Well, at the end of the game, my post game report wasn't near as good as my halftime report, but
people were looking for shit to do, you know. I mean, I'll admit if
when they say Sherry ain't got shit on me.
Yeah. I didn't watch with the I don't know how many of you have ever seen the Urinating Tree YouTube channel.
No.
Oh. So he's a Steelers fan.
Oh, is he a real pisser? Huh?
Oh, he's the guy that curses a lot.
Oh, the Urinating Tree.
He get like top of his lungs angry. And when Antonio Brown scored a touchdown, boy, he went off. Like that mother. Yeah. Essentially, he does a thing where he did a thing on the Oakland A's. He'll do if certain teams are in downtrodden or rise and fall, he'll do some things like that.
Yeah.
And he does the NFL highlights for the week. And he does certain things of he shows a movie and then shooting, and that's how they shows them getting eliminated from the playoffs. And then he does a noisemaker if they make the playoffs. So he's a decent channel. I think he's a Pittsburgher.
Yeah, I got you. You're a Penguins guy, right, Tim?
No, I'm a Blue Jackets guy.
Oh, okay. I thought you liked the Penguins too.
First team I ever, and the funny thing is I guess I wouldn't say a fan. The first team I really ever liked was the 93-94 Toronto Maple Leafs.
Oh, okay.
Because they used to be on CKLW out of Ontario, because I could get them, and I could probably still get them now if I wanted to. Signal's that strong. And so thankfully I didn't get the 760 when the Red Wings were still on there, because they've also shared with the Tigers.
How about Buffalo? Can you get Buffalo?
Cleveland Cable used to have Empire Sports as part of their thing, so you could get all the Sabres games. I think that was probably done after the Cleveland Lumberjacks left for the International Hockey League.
Okay.
When the Browns left in 95, you wouldn't believe the support that the Lumberjacks got.
Really?
As a winner option, because people had extra money to spend. And the Cavs were okay. Not great, but they were okay.
Fun to watch.
Right. They were fun to watch. And plus, you could add 2.5 hours down the turnpike and watch them play in Pittsburgh later on.
With a Cleveland.
I always say the worst mistake that was ever made was when they rechristened the Barons, but they were the San Jose Sharks affiliates.
Yeah.
There was no connection with, hey, I can't, unless you want to go 2 hours south to Columbus to maybe catch the one game that they play against Columbus, I can't watch these guys. And this is when they had Mika Kiprasov, who was the goaltender for the
Calgary Flames.
Yep. 2001 would have been that time. They had Jonathan Chichu, who scored 50 goals in the first season, and then back from the lockout that never did anything since.
Right.
And, that's the thing. You got to have a connection with, and that's why the Monsters do so well now, because they've connected with Columbus, and you can go, south to go see them. Plus, they won a title with people that are on the team. Essentially, it was
on the Blue Jackets team now that moved up.
Right. Well, at least, Josh Anderson moved on. There's a couple other people that have moved on, but it was essentially their next Jackets playoff team was the majority of those guys.
Right.
So, you can endear yourself if you get a team that's good and then can go see them.
They haven't played well the last 10, though, have they?
Oh, Blue Jackets, no.
Aren't they like 3-6-1 or 3-7?
Something like that. They won like the first game back from their big delay, and then got smoked by Tampa.
Yeah.
And then they lost 3-1 last night to the Devils.
Yeah.
In hockey, because I'm not I like the game, but I don't know it all that well. The better teams, do they typically have fewer penalty minutes or shorthanded minutes?
That's a good question.
They generally play a cleaner type game. Yeah, but they still most of them have to have
one goon.
Yeah, though they're going to have a couple of them, but they generally have good clean penalty minutes. Like if they do go in the box, they're not a team that gives up. They kill. They're not a team that kills at 81, 82, 83%. They're a team that kills at penalties probably 86, 88%.
Right.
Then you got a goaltender most time on a good team that can play the specialty teams, and then obviously anytime you have your chances at the power play, you're probably in the 20 percentile, 23, 25, 27%, to the point that nobody wants to. A lot of teams are scared to trip you. A lot of teams are scared to interfere with you, and a lot of times it ends up giving you more room on the ice just because they're scared to give up two minutes. Now, this is what I'm hearing that's going through the Players Association at the end of this season, and this has not been talked about in 40 years, that they're going to get the full 2 minutes. You're going to start getting the full 2 minutes of the penalties. So if you score a goal, seconds in, you still got to kill that penalty for a minute 42 more seconds.
I don't think the players will approve of that.
I don't think they will.
It's looking more and more like it's going to happen. That's what they're saying. Because
if they do that, then they're basically going to do away with the 5-minute major.
Not necessarily.
No. The 5-minute major.
Because 5-minute majors will result in ejections.
Right.
That's why they still do it.
5-minute majors.
A match penalty then.
Right.
Yeah,
but with the 5-minute major, you're still going to have 5 minutes across the board too. It's going to be straight up 2 minutes and 5 minutes and double minors of 4 minutes. And if you do have a double minor of 4 minutes, then you're going to be in there at least 2.
Rob, I would say this. I could see one thing for the double minor. I would say if they score in the first 2 minutes, reduce it down to 2 minutes, and then let them the full 2 minutes.
I would like to see that too, but that's not what they're talking about. They're talking about playing out to 4 minutes. Once the 2 minutes are out, then one can leave. All I can say is you're going to see more penalties. You're going to see more penalties on a 5-on-3 because they're going to have to be more picky then. They cannot let a team that's up 5 skaters on 3 out here and that's dirty stuff and get away with some of the stuff. They're going to have to be really more picky, and it's going to be less. It's going to be less physical, no doubt.
Well, would you like to know the penalty minutes for the 2020-2021 season, and who had the most? The penalty.
Who had the most penalty minutes? Of last year?
Enough, your Stanley Cup, for 2020, 2021,
Tampa,
and 56 games.
Probably Tampa.
Yep, they did, and they won the cup.
And Washington had to be in the top 5 just because of Tom Wilson.
They were 6th.
Okay.
Yeah.
However, their penalty kill was 84.2%.
Right.
That is that's second to Vegas, I think.
Well,
yeah, and that's the thing.
They just showed a stat a little bit ago. Washington is killing off 87% of the penalties at home, but only 70% on the road.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a big difference. That is huge.
And they're a man
difference.
down there. They just went to the box for either a cross check or a high stick.
Yep.
And it wasn't Wilson.
No.
But when you're shorthanded, though, that's minutes of the game you're losing too. I mean, it's kind of like you're just trying to avoid giving up a score, and you're not having any opportunity to score.
Now, once in a while, you can get yourself a shorthanded, but
yeah,
Pittsburgh had two of them back to back the other night.
Yeah,
Pittsburgh took the lead on St. Louis with back-to-back power or shorthanded goals.
I know Vegas scored 3 shorthanded in one game this year, which is crazy. Yeah. That's crazy numbers, man.
Yeah.
They put 7 on the board, I think, against Vancouver early in the year.
Right.
Three shorthanded.
Well, then Vegas or Colorado put up 7 last night against somebody. I saw that. I was like, whew. But no, but the thing was, they also were. Looks like second in
that's gonna be a high stick.
22.3% last year for the Lightning on the power play. That's really
that's
good.
Not bad. That's not too bad. No. Anything above
they played with a chip to them because when they got swept by the Blue Jackets, we can't play this style of game anymore.
Yeah.
No. So they went out and got a few forwards. No penalty, I guess.
Wow. Did you see that play?
I did. And either he did a good acting job. He must have done a good acting job because the officials saw right through it.
Let me ask you guys this. Anybody tell me how many cups Mario Lemieux won?
2.
Tell me how many cups.
2 as a player. 2 as a player and 2
Sidney
as
Crosby. Tell me how many Sidney Crosby's won.
1,
I think.
Huh?
3. 2009, 2016, and 2017.
Yep. He's won one more than Lemieux did. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
How many did Yager get?
Yager, let's see.
He got the 2. He was on both teams, I think. He was on both the 90.
Yager's won other places, other than Pittsburgh.
One with the Devils?
Yeah.
No.
Let's see. He's won with the Rangers, didn't he? Yeah.
No.
Rangers
have only won in 1994.
Yager's got more than 2 cups. Yager's got more than 2 cups, so I'm pretty sure.
Let's see.
How many Stanley Cups does Jaromir Yager have?
That penalty situation he's talking about, it sounds to me like they're trying to create 10-goal games.
Yeah, he's only won 2, and he is still playing. Did you guys know he's still playing?
To be fair, he's playing on the team that he owns.
Oh yeah, a Czech team.
Yeah.
Kladno.
Yeah, he's playing on a team that he owns, so he can kind of do what he wants.
Yeah.
So.
And he'll be 50 years old February 15th.
The Caps killed off the penalty.
Yep, they sure did.
So, who are your favorite goons of all time in the NHL?
Wow.
Dale Hunter and Tom Wilson.
Me. Wow. People I just like to sit and watch fight. Joey Kosar, Marty McSorley,
Nick Fatiou.
There's a name I just can't remember the damn guy's name.
Harold Snaps. I love watching him because like I say, he had just a little bit of hair, but it would all go straight to hell up like it. What was it? What was the guy, the FTD florist or whatever? It looked like an FTD florist after he got his hell beat out of him.
Are you talking currently Harris, the guy for the Rangers? The guy you're trying to remember.
He played for the Rangers about 10, 12 years ago.
You might be talking about, unless it's a Jeff Bukaboom.
There you go.
Yeah.
Or
he was actually a decent skater. I mean, I don't mind enforcers. Yeah. They gotta have a little bit of skill.
Yeah.
I can say, and I wasn't.
Well, how about Mike Babcock?
Yeah, see, I didn't see him play, so
Ken Castro's got one, and Glenn's got one.
Link Getz. Ty Domi. Yeah,
Ty Domi, yeah.
Ty Domi. He was with the Rangers a long time. He was about 5'8", and he had arms about 1.5 long.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
He was a real true rock'em sock'em robot. No neck at all.
Like a T-Rex.
And
I'd like to see some of these guys put the gloves on and go into a ring.
oh, it would have been awesome. Ty Domi. Ty Domi used to say in practice that the coach would pull him over to the side and say, "Look, we got to be ready for tonight." And Ty would be like, "Okay, who are you going to prepare me with?" And he would put 3 of them. And he would tap them on the shoulder and let each one of them go after Ty. And he wouldn't let over 2 go at one time after him. And said the majority of the time, Ty Domi would be fine, and he would be looking at the other guys picking up their damn teeth and whatever. Yeah.
I'll give you another one, Michael. You might appreciate this one. George, if you smell what LaRock is cooking.
Yes, I've heard that.
Barry Melrose, I think, made that one up.
Bob Probert. I mean, anybody that's ever heard his story knows.
What about Stu Grimson?
Stu Grimson he's still on the NHL Network.
Yep.
I mean, this is a guy you don't want to meet coming out of his car, walking to the studio, because he looks like death warmed over. His eyes are real deep in his head and shit. I'm serious. He used to get the shit beat out of him some. Scott Stevens.
Right.
He could fight.
Well, he was more of a dirty player.
Scott Stevens liked to use his stick a lot, and
he also liked to cut when they would crisscross, like the Paul Kariya thing in the. That was my issue with him.
Stu Grimson wrote children's books.
Yes, he did. Did.
Let's see who else was a good fighter to watch. Oh my gosh!
I don't know if I could say this, but he was a great defenseman. Jacques Lapierre from the Canadiens.
Yes, or what about Nyland? Chris Nyland.
Chris Nyland, of the Islanders, right? Chris Nyland of the Islanders. Rob Ray, he played forever with Buffalo. He was a rough guy. He was a tough guy too.
I just pulled up the top 10 enforcers of the NHL.
Okay,
Chris Neal. Yeah,
Chris Neal. Okay, yep.
Chris Nyland. You talking about Chris Nyland?
Chris Neal from the Senators.
Neal.
Is this current? Who?
Clark Gillies.
Yep, from the Islanders.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Chris Nyland.
Okay.
Red Horner.
Never heard of him.
Never heard of him.
Toronto Maple Leafs.
Red Horner. Okay.
Cool.
Let's see. Domi's number 6.
Okay, Ty Domi.
Dave Schultz of Philadelphia, number 5.
Yeah, Tiger.
Yeah.
Marty McSorley.
He played with the Kings and he played with the Oilers.
Yep.
Terry O'Reilly.
Oh yeah.
Terry O'Reilly.
Bruins.
Okay.
He's a good player too. He's got his number retired.
Bob Probert.
With Detroit majority of the time. Yeah.
And the top one, I think somebody mentioned, Dave the Tiger Williams.
Yes.
Ken's got him.
No, it wasn't Tiger Schultz. It was Tiger Williams. Yeah.
Ken got it.
Yeah.
Although Tiger Williams does have one of the best celebrations.
Rob Blake. Rob Blake was he was a good defenseman too, though. Glenn, he played for the Kings. He was a number 1. I'm not sure if he's number 1 overall pick, but I know he's a top 10 pick.
Gino, rest in peace.
And he was very good with the fist when he needed to be. I showed you guys who was the guy from Detroit the other week. I showed you guys his fists.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it looked like chopped liver. It really did. I mean, he actually went to the doctor to have his fingers surgically where they would cut the blood off for each one of them. So when he hit somebody, he couldn't feel it. they actually, I mean, they had him punching bags at practice sometime, and he was like, "That's not toughening me up." So he went to the water heater, a hot water heater, and started beating the shit out of that son of a bitch. And all of a sudden, you can see where he then took the paint off the water heater and then bent it in a little bit. What was his name? That guy. It wasn't Gino Cavallini, but this guy was with Detroit, and he was there when Probert was there.
I'll tell you another guy who maybe not a great player.
You just made me think of an older player from the Red Wings.
Dino Cicerelli.
Dino Cicerelli?
Yeah, Cicerelli. He was a small guy though. He was one.
Yeah, and then the other. Oh, who was the other guy that was the front of the net? Chris Draper.
Yeah, Chris Draper.
And then McCarty's another old school one that was a.
Yeah, Cicerelli. He played for Washington at one time. I think Dino Cicerelli did, and I think he had. I want to say he had Dale Hunter as his line mate. And they went up to Toronto and played. They call him the super. Yeah, Cicerelli wasn't a goon, no, but he was dirty at times.
But he was a top player.
But he liked spitting in people's faces, and he spit in this guy's face up in Toronto, and Toronto.
I got to pull up this Chris Draper trade story. Continue.
Toronto guy.
St. Louis scored.
Yeah, Draper was a shutdown guy. I can't think of the guy's name though. I mean, he was a fighter. He was, like I say, he was Probert's backup, and he just loved to fight. But
now, would you consider Tom Wilson a goon or an enforcer?
I'd say more goon
for Washington.
Yeah.
He's capable of putting the puck in the net. So
yeah, but he's probably one of the dirtiest players in the game too.
He was dirty, yeah. Probably,
All right, so let me tell you the Chris Draper story real quick.
Okay.
So Chris Draper was drafted by the Winnipeg Jets in 1989.
Okay.
The Winnipeg Jets thought so lowly of him, they traded him to the Red Wings in 1993 for $1.
$1. I was going to say a 7th round pick or something.
Nope, $1.
$1.
And he was a solid player for those Red Wings teams of the mid to late 90s, and they got way more of their money's worth than.
Yeah, it might have been Chris Draper that was the guy that had the chopped up fist and all. But when Cicerelli went to Toronto, he spat in one of the defenseman's eyes, and the guy on defense was not a dirty player at all for Toronto, and he went to the bench, and the coach looked at him and said something like, "What the hell is that running down your face?" He said, "Cicerelli spit in my face," and I want to say the coach at the time for Toronto was
Pat Burns.
It might have been Pat Burns. He had real dark hair and mustache.
Yep.
Yeah, he pulled him by his damn uniform. He told him, "If you want to set out the rest of this game, you certainly can." But he said, "If you don't get out there right now, and I want you to light on this son of a bitch, and when I say light on him, I want you to knock the shit out of him, and I don't care how you do it." So what he did, he carried a stick that was real curved, and Pat Burns passed him a stick that was straight with a good curve to it. And he told him, all I want to see you do is I just want to see you beat the shit out of him. I don't care what else. So the next time Cicerelli goes out onto the ice, this defenseman goes out there and matches up with him. And he puts his stick right in the middle of his skates and trips him up, and he falls straight down. And I guess he wasn't that good a fighter. He just goes right down to him while he's laying on the ice and just starts beating the shit out of the back of the helmet, and his face is going into the ice. I mean, yeah, that's kind of a prick move, but still, if the dude doesn't spit in your face, I mean, You don't pull that shit. But I mean,
that's the worst thing in the world. Anybody spitting at you.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
He pretty much deserved what he got there. But Cicerelli had been told that somebody on Toronto was trying to make moves on his wife or some bullshit. I don't know exactly how that was going. But anyway, he ended up going to this guy, I guess, and thought, well, hell, this son of a bitch is as good as any. And he spit in his face, and he's a foot taller. Cicerelli is 5'6", 5'5", it's 5'8", maybe. And this guy was about 6'5", and just was not a big fighter. But Burns, like you say, I believe it was Pat Burns, pulled him off to the side and said, somebody, if you want to set for the rest of the game, we can make that happen. I want you to get out there, and I want you to light on his ass. And he did. He gave him that straight stick. He put it right in his skate, flipped him over, and he just, I mean, he didn't, the stick was sticking straight to hell up, and he just started beating the hell out of the back of his mask. I want to say he's bleeding on his fist, but the other guy, Cicerelli, you can see blood on the ice from his face because,
Didn't Cicerelli play for the North Stars as well?
Yep.
Cicerelli did play for the.
Yeah.
He played for the North Star.
He played a 600 goal scorer.
And he was not a dirty player. He was not a dirty player.
He was a tough player.
Yeah, but somebody had told him that somebody was messing around with his girlfriend or wife or some bullshit like that, and I just lit him up. I just lit him up.
Yep.
And
New Jersey just placed some more guys on the COVID list.
Wow.
Who did?
The Devils.
Okay.
And Toronto.
Yeah, Mitch Marner. I just saw that go by. Yeah. And then Oshie and Backstrom are
Capitals IR'd 2 guys.
And we'll see if Edmonton does in fact fire their coach this weekend. I fully expect it to happen by Sunday, and then bring in
Babcock.
Mike Babcock. Yeah, Mike
Nice.
Babcock looks like
Mike Babcock can play in net. It's just you're putting. I don't want to be mean, but you're putting lipstick on a pig.
yeah. They've got to get some defense too.
Yeah,
Darnell
Nurse. They light it up offensively,
but Darnell Nurse,
nitty gritty, they can't do it.
Darnell Nurse is not the answer as far as their lead defenseman. He really isn't.
Nope.
And Duncan Keith is 40 damn years old, almost 39,
Right.
40. He's too old.
Well, Mike Smith is 40 years old, and they're trying to make him the starting goaltender. When
Goalkeeper, yeah.
Hold on to Cam Talbot.
Yeah.
Did those Flyers teams from the early 70s or like 74 or 73 get a lot of penalties? Or
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I can take a look at that for you.
Bobby Clark.
yeah. They fought a lot. They fought a lot,
Yep. Rick
and it's hard to believe. It's hard to believe through all the garbage that's went on for the last 10, 12 years. Claude Lemieux now, he's not that far from being their all-time leading scorer. I mean, is his name Claude Lemieux? No, not Claude Lemieux. What's his name?
For what team?
For the Flyers, he's Giroux. Claude Giroux. Giroux. Claude Giroux. He's about to be their leading scorer here in the next couple of years.
Yeah.
And people have been wanting to ship him out for 10 years.
how far down the list is Lindros? Way down.
Lindros is down a ways because he didn't play a lot. He didn't even play 10 years. But
right,
because
he went to the Rangers and then
he played for the Flyers twice. Yeah.
I'm trying to look up the penalty minutes, but I think they were saying that this is the year that Dave Schultz had 348 penalty minutes in 73-74.
Ken Castro says, word is that Glenn Gulutzon or Jay Woodcroft will coach the Oilers. We'll see. We'll see.
Not a bad name, I guess.
I'm still hearing Babcock's name popped out there. We'll see what happens. Whatever happens, they've got to do some roster changes on the defense. They've got to. And look, people talk about all these goals they scored. Shit. Yeah, you got 2 guys that've got 57 points. You got what's his name? It's out with COVID now.
McDavid.
Connor McDavid, and then you've got Leon Draisaitl. Then it falls all the way to 26. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. You cannot have that. You gotta have a second line scorer, and they just don't have it.
No.
If you shut their first line down, you're gonna beat them. you're going to beat them.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all you got to do.
And that's why all these playoff upsets happen. And it's like, why do they keep happening in the NHL? It's because the best players only play a third of the game.
Yeah.
Right.
They only played 17, 18, 19 minutes of the game. And a game is 60 minutes long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I people's like, why do you like hockey over basketball? I said, because the end of the bench guy can make a difference.
He means as much as the guy on the first line.
I'll throw two names out there for guys of the past: Ruslan Fedotenko and Cam Talbot, or Max Talbot. Sorry, Max Talbot. Ruslan, both of them scored 2 goals in Game 7 of a Stanley Cup final.
Oh, Cam Talbot, I was like, yeah, he's a gold.
No, Max Talbot, and then was out of the league like 3 or 4 years later.
Oh, okay. All right, gotcha.
Him and Ruslan Fedotenko, 2 goals scored in Game 7. And sadly, the 2004 one that should never have gotten to Game 7 because Martin Jelena did score. If you guys remember that, he went in. It looked like the puck crossed the line, and it looked like. And if that would have happened, he would have scored the clinching goal in all 4 rounds for his team.
Yeah,
but only ended up with 3 out of 4.
All right, Ken Castro asked to look up the all-time penalty minutes leader for the American Hockey League.
For the AHL.
Okay, Dennis Bonvie.
Right.
He played in 871 games. He had 4,493 penalty minutes.
Was he the Islanders?
Well, wait a minute.
What team did he
He
play
for? Here it tells you he played with Cape Breton, Hamilton, Portland, Philadelphia, Wilkesboro, Scranton, Providence, Binghamton, and Hershey. That's the American Hockey League.
So a lot of that's for the Flyers in. A lot of that's because Hershey Bears. Yeah.
Yep. But did you see what his current job is?
No.
Scout for the Bruins.
Okay.
At 48. Wow.
Well, the next guy closest. Now, he had, let's say, 4,500 minutes.
Yeah.
The next guy, I'm going to round it off at 2,900. Rob Murray.
Okay.
1,018 games. So he played about 200 games more than Bonvie did, and he's got over 2,000 minutes of penalties more. Wow.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Wow.
Yeah, Ken, I agree. That dude was not right.
Well, you get hit enough in the head there, and the problem is that, and the one thing I guess I'll never understand is you're hitting somebody, like if you don't hit them now, it's either you hit the visor or you hit the helmet, and that hurts.
Yeah, and if you don't have a visor, you can do it. It's double minor automatically.
Yeah, I don't think there's any grandfathered players in now, is there? Yeah, it was like Craig McTavish when he played. He was the last helmetless player because he was grandfathered in.
Him and Rob Langway, they were the last 2.
Okay.
I don't know how those goalkeepers used to wear those just a face mask, not covering the helmet or covering the head.
Well, and then the Jason mask, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I remember
that was thin ass plastic.
Jerry Cheevers wearing that kind of a mask.
Who was?
Jerry Cheevers.
Yep.
How about this now? ECHL. That was the league I was with for a while. Vancouver Giants from 04 to 08, and then Stockton Thunder for 1 year, and then Springfield Falcons, and then back to the Stockton Thunder for 2 more years. The Worcester Sharks, the Stockton Thunder. Anyway, this guy ended up playing 709 games, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he ended up getting 247 points in those 709 games. But he ended up getting also 2,687 penalty minutes in those 709 games. He was a forward named Garrett Hunt, and he the ultimate thug. He.
Did you answer him, Ken?
All right, Ken. Let me ask this: who was worse, that guy or Andy Etchebarren? The former, I've kind of interesting stories about Andy Etchebarren when he was a AAA manager instead of as a player.
You're talking about the stuff in the ECHL. Have you looked at how they create their schedules now?
Where they play, and they stay there for the whole weekend, and then they go to another place for the next weekend. Yeah.
I mean, I got my assignments for next week at the Amway Center. The Orlando Solar Bears are playing the same team Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Solar Bears have been one of the better ECHL teams over the years.
And look at him. He looks like this guy looks like a 12-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's Garrett Hunt. That's the one that
first
led.
game I worked for him, Tim, they lost 6-0.
Oof.
I was against another Florida team too.
Okay.
He is best known for his agitating playing style. Yeah, I guess he would be. Yeah, agitating playing. 5'8", 190.
Okay. He says Etchebarren was a total dick, but Bonvi was actually entertaining. Okay.
Andy Etchebarren looks like Lurch, but he's dead. A dead Lurch, man. Have you ever seen? I mean, he is.
Sad part is I did see I didn't, because the one game I did see for in real life on MLB Network. We had a hell of a unibrow.
You rang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Elrod Hendricks was catching that game for the one that I watched.
What's up, Danny and Gray? Yeah.
Hey, Danny and Gray.
Who was that? Who was that the other day we was talking about? We was talking about this dude right here might be the ugliest motherfucker that's ever played. He was with the Astros. Was it it wasn't Jake Maresnik. It was who was the guy? It was I want to say he played for the Red Sox for a while too. And it was an outfielder. And I mean, this dude is one ugly rascal. I mean, I'm serious, man. The ugly stick beat him upside the face, head, eyes, and then on the back and everywhere.
You've got to pull up Chris Kaman, the former basketball player.
Oh boy!
I ain't trying to say anybody's ugly or any of that. Hey, he could play, but needless to say, he was. And Blues just scored again.
They're up 3-1.
3-1.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's Chris Kaman.
Looks like there's 5 USFL coaches now.
Oh
yeah?
Yeah, Gene Chiswick.
Oh, he was the Auburn coach, right?
Kevin Sumlin, Todd Haley, Mike Riley, and Bart Andrus.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard about Todd Haley. Yeah.
It's going to be sad when you have to drum interest in the USFL based on your coaches.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody paying to go see the dang coaches.
Who does someone have, Keith?
Oscar Sundqvist with the goal for the Blues. So they're up 3-1. So
Don Mossy. That dude's ready to fly. I'm telling you, man.
Don't look up Ernie Broglio.
If they can't answer your flight, don't worry. Don Mossy can get you there.
Read Ken's last comment.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness.
He was dang. That's savage.
Oh man.
Ken, you got to write a book for some of these stories.
Wouldn't that be some shit?
Oh, yeah. They'd be on the bestsellers list in no time.
Andy Etchebarren passed away in 2019.
Tim, just a little wrestling note. They're starting to announce people for the Royal Rumble. Yeah. And in the women's, they added Mickie James.
Oh, they're bringing her back?
Probably for a one-off.
Champion right now.
Oh, that's interesting. I wonder if they worked out a deal where they'll mention that she's their champion.
Well, they showed it. They showed a picture of her with her belt.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah,
you know, Ronda Rousey is supposed to come back and win that.
I heard that.
I don't know how I feel about that.
You rang. Aaron Harangue. We used to call him. We used to say when he come up to the mound, you rang.
Somebody last night said they heard that The Rock was coming back for the Royal Rumble. That is not true.
That's not going to happen.
No.
I hate to say, yeah, he controls pretty much everything he does with his production company. But I'm assuming insurance would probably say, look, you go back and wrestle, we ain't insuring your ass anymore.
Well,
The last of my
they
chili my
did
wife was
give
eating.
him the okay for WrestleMania.
But he's just going to be a pawn for Roman Reigns now. There's no way you can have a part-timer. Yeah.
That's Ezekiel Astacio. Let's say the world's ugliest baseball player. He's a rough one, boy. Look at him.
I'll tell you what, you want someone with wild hair from recent memory, go pull up the picture of Coco Crisp doing his Oscar Gamble impersonation. Oh, that was fantastic. The big, huge afro. Oh, yeah. That's the one thing that kind of makes me, I understand like hairstyles for things, but like when I don't know what team I'm watching and you got the thing covering up your nameplates, oh, like I understand I could pull up the number on the internet and go see it, or they'd mention it, but
and what the hell are you chewing on over there, Mike? What the hell are you chewing?
I had the last of my wife's chili.
Okay.
And it looked like he had a hard time eating, bruh.
It wasn't much. There wasn't much left. So,
Oh, did it beat the buzzer?
Oh, it looked like it did.
it's okay. It was good.
And Blues might have another one here before the end of the period.
This will go to review.
Barbashev, okay.
That's what they said. NHL. Are you watching the NHL?
Yes.
Yeah.
NHL has the best replay system in any sport.
Yeah, with as little room as they have, they somehow managed to get. Well, they also say that like the arena clock or the clock they show on TV usually isn't the one that's thing. Oh, but the green lockout light was on. But let's see here.
All right.
Oh,
According
yeah.
to that, 0.7 seconds on the clock.
Yep, that'll count.
And Washington will come out with a different goalkeeper to start the third.
I remember. And Larry the Cable Guy.
Larry the Cable Guy.
Yep.
Get her done.
Yeah, they're gonna pull him in the third. Let's see, we got hold on.
Okay.
Raul Ibanez and Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine. Okay.
Yeah, you hear what the Mets did to that yesterday?
What'd they do?
The Yankees had Eric Chavez as one of their coaches and stuff, and the Mets called him up and they asked the Yankees, can we have Eric Chavez to be the hitting coach, the hitting instructor for the team? And the Yankees said, thought about it, and they said,
and Jason Worth.
So Eric Chavez in the last 2 weeks has gone from the Yankees to now the Mets as their hitting coach.
What the hell? Forgive me if I don't know was she on Sanford and Son?
Good times.
Good times. Okay.
Estherol.
Yep.
Good times.
Both of them had a gap in their teeth.
Well, God, I ain't gonna say nothing about it because Michael Strahan's turned that into a big career.
Right.
Who's the Twins guy?
Jim Tomey and Dudley Do Right.
That's Tomey?
That's Jim Tomey, I guess.
Yeah,
wow.
And Dudley Do Right.
You lost a fine
You're doing this again, Rob. I remember we did this on one stream. Buzz Light beer.
And that's Jim Tomey again.
Oh, Lord, with an Orioles hat on.
Yeah, he kind of moved around a little bit.
That kind of reminds me. I gotta check.
Jim Tracy and David Letterman.
Oh, jeez.
I gotta see.
That's before Letterman grew out the Santa Claus beard when he does his little Netflix specials.
A-Rod, and Miles Austin.
Oh God, that's a name I want to forget as a Browns fan.
Jim, do you think Omar Vizquel should be in the Hall of Fame?
Should he? Yes, but unfortunately, they're going to pull this little sexual harassment thing over his head for a few years.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
R.A. Dickey,
and
Tim Busfield.
Okay. Oh yeah. I remember him.
Tim Busfield? Yeah, I know who he is. No, Keith. Vizquel.
The guy on Superstore.
I vote, but
Ben Feldman and Ryan Braun.
Oh, R.A. Dickey. Oh, I thought that was Harvey. Okay, that's R.A. Dickey.
Oh my gosh.
Vizquel was kind of like an Ozzie Smith type of player, wasn't he?
Yes.
Yes, he was.
And longevity helps out his Vizquel's career.
But no.
He was with the
playing
Mariners
so many
for a
years and
while.
getting close to 3,000 hits.
Okay. 136 ballots are public. And
Mama.
right now, the Hall of Famers you got are Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, and David Ortiz.
Mama Fratelli and Jobber Chamberlain.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Wow. A-Rod's not.
How about Bunsen Honeydew, and Don Zuma? I like his Swiss chef. If you can find a Swiss chef, he's funny as hell too.
And looks like the final in Carolina 6, Calgary 3.
Burl Ives and Ron Gardenhire. How about that?
Oh my goodness.
Some funny shit. Bobby Flay and Josh Hamilton.
God.
I hope Bobby Flay isn't playing with the same herbs that.
Yes.
Oh shit! Oh my God!
She only got 58.
Mike Maddox and Frank Zappa. Oh shit!
Very easy.
Oh man.
Excuse me.
I want to see how many blank votes there are right now. Oh, I'm pissed off about that.
Jason Sudeikis and Jared Washburn.
Okay.
They don't look too much alike.
No.
Four blank ballots still. Assholes.
When's the final count due, Michael?
The final count is due on what's today? The 7th. So that's the 10th. I think it's either the 16th or the 17th of January.
Okay. By the way, the guy in the yellow background should be compared to Shane McMahon.
Matt Barkley and Mike.
Yeah.
Matt Barkley and Mike Trout.
Matt Barkley should be with Shane McMahon.
Andrew Jones isn't getting in.
No.
There's a lot of people that are in the 50s. The closest
Homer Bailey and Christian Bale. They don't look too much.
I guess.
Too blurry.
Roland's got 72%.
That number will go down. And
you think so?
Yeah.
They won't
By
make
the way,
it.
has there been an update on that Chicago reporter? Has he lost his credential for publicly stating that he won't vote for Rodgers?
Barkush?
Yeah.
I'd
He
be
should. Like, dude, you can't do
It's
that.
basically like he's saying he's just doing it for personal reasons, because he doesn't like him.
He is. But the problem is you should not be biased.
Yeah, I've had issues with Habarkush for many years. He's typical for stuff like that.
I've seen him. He's been interviewed.
He's one of these too that he's very thin-skinned. He cannot take the slightest bit of criticism of himself.
I'm pissed about that.
And he didn't. He said, supposedly it was an apology, but it wasn't an apology. He apologized to the other voters.
Gotcha. Yeah, like come on, you gotta apologize to the whatchamacallit. Hold on, let me see if I can give you an update on that golf tournament here real quick.
I just checked the ESPN pool
He
we
was
got.
the editor of
I'm
Pro
tied for
Football
first.
Weekly.
I'm in first.
No, I'm tied for first.
You're tied for first. Okay, I figured.
Yeah, but I only got 3 points left.
All right, so it looks like Cameron Smith has a 2-stroke lead going into the final hole over John Rahm, Daniel Berger, and Patrick Cantlay. Well, no, just John Berger and Daniel Berger. Cantlay is 3 strokes back, and Matsuyama and Sung Jae Im are 4 strokes back. So, I don't know if I'm doubtful I'll be watching any of it, but I'll probably catch it on SportsCenter on Sunday night to see who wins.
Tim, the results will be announced on January 25th.
Oh, so that's the day before AEW in Cleveland.
Yep.
And Tim's going to that. Is that a Friday night or Saturday
That's a
night?
Wednesday night.
Oh, it's a Wednesday night.
That Dynamite?
Yeah. From what I understand, what it looked like from watching AEW Dark.
Yeah, that's a good rule, Ken, and I think he's violated that one several times over the years.
Never make it about yourself. Yep. So I think they filmed Dark prior to Dynamite.
Right.
Then they'll tape Dynamite, and then they'll tape Dark. So I may be there until about 11:15, 11:30.
And no, I think they tape Rampage as well, or is that the next night?
Or no, they usually tape Rampage right after Dynamite. So unless they make it where it's a special, like I think the DC one is having a live Rampage.
Well, what time do they have it listed as starting?
7.
So
there's your hour for Dark.
Right. There's
or
your
45 minutes, and then they change all the
8 to 10. Then you have 8 to 10 for
change the apron.
Yep.
Rob, what would you do if you woke up in the morning and your outside trees and bushes were all TP'd and there was a sign there that said Sean was here?
I'd load up the car. I take my bingo bag with me.
A bingo bag.
Because I'd use one of those little bingo things on each one of his windows. Yeah, I'd use a dabber on each one of his windows. I'd knock on his door, and if he answered, I'd grab him right here by the damn nose, and I'd pull him right out there to my SUV. And then I'd dabble him a few times with mine.
I'm surprised you weren't going to pull the Mr. Miyagi.
Would you take him home and make him clean it up?
Probably not. I'd probably just use that damn thing on his nose a few times until he started until he smelled got that good scent of that.
You got high on it?
Oh yeah, until he got good and high on it. That way, next time we catch him online, we'll find out what he's got going on. He'll tell us the truth anyway.
Truth serum.
Truth serum.
Like putting the Wonder Woman lasso around him.
838 days since these two teams played each other last.
Who is that?
Washington and St. Louis.
What's the score now?
4-1.
4-1.
Blues. Yeah, Blues are a good team.
Yeah,
Blues
838 days. They didn't play each other because of the pandemic last year.
Over 2 years. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what it was divisional games all last year.
Yeah.
So
last year Canadians play all Canadian the whole time.
Yeah.
They didn't even play outside the states until the playoffs. Yeah. So, yeah, that's tough. That's tough. When you're playing in Winnipeg and you're playing Toronto, Ottawa, Vancouver, Calgary, Edmonton. Yeah, that's kind of tough, especially when you got some tough guys down there in Tampa, tough guys down in Carolina too. They really got some rowdy bunches. Dallas has got a bunch. St. Louis has got a bunch. Yeah, and then you got scoring lines like crazy. Vegas, Colorado, Washington, yeah,
Boston,
Boston. Yeah, Boston's having a kind of a down year, but not like.
Hasn't Marchand been in the COVID protocols?
And he his name. You just mentioned his name, and then a lot of people are like,
Yeah.
Well, you mentioned his name to a referee, and they're just going all up automatically.
Yeah, and that's the thing about Marchand. He probably, if you look at his numbers, he probably should be a first ballot Hall of Famer. But being that his name is what it is, probably won't be.
It will depend on who's voting by the time he retires.
Yeah, and he hasn't got that many more years in him. Was he 38, something like that, 39.
Pittsburgh's on a 10-game winning streak.
Yeah.
Yep. You forget about it because they didn't play for 2 weeks.
Ken, you got my 2019, right? You got the 2019 World Series. It's complete on my end. 4 games to 1, but
six college games postponed tonight.
Basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Duke play tomorrow.
Let's find out.
I want to say Duke maybe plays Notre Dame. Maybe. I'm not sure. I'm gonna find it for you. Yeah.
I'm looking.
I'd like to go see a game soon. And tickets are not that tough.
No, they're not tough to get.
Not as tough as they have been.
Brian Ken could have been on cam all this time, and he's just sitting there in the background typing away.
Yeah, Ken could be in here without even typing tonight.
No, I mean, I appreciate him throwing his 2 cents in about hockey and talking about
the night game that you guys.
He could be live, or we wouldn't have to read all this stuff.
Talking about hockey.
It's okay.
Yeah, let's send him a last invite of the night.
Yeah, I think I might be getting out of here to get something to eat.
Yeah, I think I'm probably going to get me some Nestle quick.
Georgia Tech plays Notre Dame tomorrow, Rob.
Oh, okay, so
you're going to be the top 25 matchups for the rest of the week.
Miami.
Yeah, Miami and Duke.
At Duke, yes.
Duke and what game you playing, Ken?
8 o'clock tomorrow night.
Duke is a 15-point favorite. Over/under is 153.5.
Duke's how many point favorite?
Just playing the game. 15.5.
Okay, so
Duke.
For tomorrow for college basketball on TV, you got Wichita State and Houston at noon on CBS.
Oh.
You got UConn and Seton Hall at noon on Fox.
Right.
You got Villanova and DePaul.
The journalists on?
On FS1. And you get Texas and Oklahoma State at 2.
Yeah, I probably won't see much of anything.
His son's a journalist too. Yeah.
Oh, so here's another one that was rather interesting. Kevin Harlan's daughter, the NFL announcer, is a sideline reporter for Westwood One.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Oh, I like
NFL Films did a featurette on him and how that she got to do one of his games, and I was like, okay.
And how about the chick from NBC that got fired or got set to the side? Michelle Tafoya. Yeah. She may be done. She may be done now.
She is done.
She may be going in a different direction.
Oh, she criticized Manfred or something?
No. That was Rosenthal.
That was Rosenthal.
Now,
that was Rosenthal.
She was the one that came out and said, originally, what was that? She said that this coach was told to hurt this player if possible, and reported it. And then later, she came back and said, "Oh no, he did not actually say that. He actually said that if he's hurt, that's just one less player we have to worry about." But she originally came out right after halftime and said this coach has already told the players if they get the chance, hit him where he's injured, so we can take him out of the game.
From the Washington Wizards should get fired, or the guy that he made the mistake on who the father was of the other player, and
He probably will, only due to the fact that LeBron James now has done spoke out against him.
Yeah.
That's probably his. It's probably
It's
into
the
his rope right
LeBron
there.
basketball league.
Yep, that's it. It's wokeness. And a lot of them get pissed.
I mean, it was an honest mistake. I mean, it was kind of a one that hurts, but it was
Right.
honest.
The thing
Right.
was, he should do his he should be doing his homework. He should have really studied it before he even got out.
Agreed, Michael. But I mean, it wasn't intentional.
Oh, it definitely was intentional. That's not a doubt. But still, I'm sorry. You have to know your stuff. You got it. That's why you have to study. That's why you got to know your game, your players, your games.
And that's why I laugh about it when they bring out what's that chick on Fox, the one.
Andrews?
Yeah, she don't have no damn clue. I mean, this bitch, she could buy a vowel and she's still fucking lost.
Who, Aaron?
She's Aaron Andrews. She has no clue. She doesn't know how many downs to get. Are you kidding? Yeah, she's bad. She's really bad. Yeah, and the other chick, what's the black lady? Huh? Oliver. Yeah, she is. You can tell that she's enthralled by the players and all. So that's her. That's her.
I got the referees for this weekend. All right.
The referees
which crew has a Cowboy game?
Cowboys. Ron Torbert.
Okay. As long as it's not Jerome Boger's crew.
Yeah, Jerome Boger.
Send him to Cleveland and let him do that worthless game.
The Rams.
Where is he?
San Francisco and Los Angeles.
Oh Jesus!
You got a whole crew that lives on the East Coast going out to the West Coast.
The Saints will say they got screwed by that now because it'll probably help the 49ers win.
Rolstad.
I'm not even sure how much I'll watch of the Browns game, to be honest with you.
My favorite.
Well, I want to make sure I watch a Cowboy game tomorrow night.
Harris, do you have a LeBron James fathead on your wall or something? Because Ken said he's your favorite.
I'm ignoring it.
Oh.
Sean Hockley's got the Steelers-Ravens game.
Who's got? I don't even really. Like the only referee I know now is Hockley's kid.
Yeah, he's doing the Steelers and Ravens.
Oh,
Has he got as big arms as his dad did?
There will be a lot of defensive PIs in that game.
There's been a lot of games. I think it's about time the NFL might think about going to 15-yard penalties for defensive pass interference.
I don't think the players want it.
Well, and I'll tell you something else. Make it a full-time job for these guys.
Well,
get them away.
It is about a third of them.
Get them away from driving a damn school bus for the week, or whatever the hell else they do.
Most of those guys are attorneys.
Right.
Yeah. Get them away from it. Get them away from it. Yeah. Get them away from all that, and make them do that as a full-time job.
It was funny. Gene Scarator was actually doing college basketball when he wasn't doing pro football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was like, man.
Winnipeg got the Bengals and Browns. That's good.
Yeah, I'm not really. Essentially, and let's see if. Wonder what game Kevin Harlan's doing for CBS tomorrow.
That's what I was trying to
and see if he's like, I'm doing both games again.
No CBS game tomorrow, is it?
No, they're both ABC.
It'll be Sunday. Sunday.
No,
yeah.
It's ABC, ESPN.
All right, guys. I think I'm going to get going. It's 10 o'clock here.
Let me just find Kevin Harlan and see what game he's got.
All right. He's already gone.
Sorry, Ken.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jane Kennedy. She was the one that got fired for posing for Playboy, wasn't she?
Jane Kennedy. Yeah, she was on NFL Today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then they had what's her name on there after that?
Phyllis George.
Phyllis George. Yeah.
Phyllis George.
She actually took 2 years of sports.
Did she pass away recently?
I want to say maybe she did
last year or something.
Yeah, She took a bunch of classes though in order to be able to do that job. She was she took it serious.
Jim Poole died.
She was good. And then Irv Cross, she passed away. She was what? How old was she? 50, 71. She wasn't but 70. That's all she was. She was a pretty lady till she died. She was a Miss America, you know.
Who, Phyllis George? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Jane Kennedy was too, wasn't she?
Kevin Harlan.
I don't know about Jane Kennedy. I don't know if she was a.
No.
She was Miss Ohio. She was in the Miss USA pageant, but she didn't. She got top 10. That's all. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, she got.
Yo.
She got it. What's yo?
45 minutes ago, the oldest referee and the longest tenured active NFL referee is retiring after this year.
Who?
It's Tony Correnti. Correnti, yes. He's the
Correnti,
oldest
okay.
official.
So that's going to open up a white hat for next year.
There's going to be, they said there's 8.
Yeah, it used to be the opposite where the head guy had the black hat, right?
Right, years ago.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on. There will be.
Rob, you falling asleep, man?
Referee Brad Rogers' crew assigned to work at Chiefs Broncos game.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So that's it.
So Harris, what's your prediction on the number of coaches that are fired in the next week?
5. I say 5.
If you count the Jacksonville, 5.
Right.
And counting Vegas too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vegas, Jacksonville. I think Pittsburgh. I think Baltimore.
I think Chicago.
I'm going to be disappointed if the Steelers get rid of their coach.
And I mean, you can even say 6 because I think the Giants are going to fire him.
Oh yeah, Giants are going to get rid of Judge.
I think Judge is going to stay.
Dude, if they get rid of their GM,
Gettleman's retiring.
Well, if that's the case, do you really think a GM is going to step in there and keep Joe Judge? There is no chance in hell.
So Minnesota, Chicago.
Joe Judge has as much.
Zimmer's another one that could get the boot.
Yeah. Joe Judge has as much chance as I do. I got as good a chance sitting here my ass in Virginia.
On Monday morning, you could be looking as many as 7 jobs open.
It could
be. Did you include him?
Pete Carroll could be gone.
I don't know if he'll be gone though, but I mean it's possible, I suppose.
And
I think Zimmer is going to be gone though.
Let's hope the Washington coach is gone. We can only hope.
Oh yeah,
I'm not gonna say it ain't gonna happen. I ain't gonna say it ain't gonna happen because
5.
he's only hot.
Now you're talking a quarter of the league.
Yeah.
That's
8 out of 32.
Yeah, remember, like I said, there's only 32 positions available.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you can damn well bet Jim Harbaugh will have one of those positions.
And the guy with the Chargers, you're going to guess he's going to stay?
Everybody's saying there's a good chance he's gone.
Really,
I don't know.
I think he stays.
I would be a little disappointed if the Ravens fired Harbaugh because I think he made
stupid mistakes this year.
Yeah, man.
He doesn't know how to. He doesn't know how to.
That's the thing. That's what your judge don't.
Too. I wouldn't get too.
If you can't judge, but the thing is, you don't judge them on what they win. Judge them on their low points, and on his low points are really bad because.
Right.
He gave away 2 games this year that right now, let's say they would have won one of those, they may already be in the playoffs.
Hey, he gave away 2 games early in the season, too. Going for 4th down inside the red zone instead of taking field goals.
Yeah.
I know.
And I'd be super disappointed if the Steelers got rid of Tomlin because I don't think he deserves that at all.
You know, if Harbaugh don't make those stupid decisions, they could be in a number 1 seed talk.
Tomlin's not made as many dumbass moves as Baltimore.
But,
He
you know,
just
I think
doesn't.
he's a
He
good
just
coach.
he just doesn't have a
worn out his
team.
welcome. He's worn out
He's
his welcome.
he just doesn't have a team that Baltimore's got.
I mean, if Tomlin
But-
were to get fired, I would. I mean, if I
Guys.
was another team, I'd be trying to get him hired as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Oh, he'll find a job. Bye, Michael.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
He'll
He
have
will.
a job.
I agree.
And you know, I know they're supposed to wait until the Super Bowl before they can announce any hirings.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you, he's hired before the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Somebody behind closed doors is going to find a way to get him. Yeah. Oh hell yeah. You got it. If he gets fired. Well, guys.
Again, it's one of those things. If you're going to get rid of a coach like that, you better sure have somebody you really want.
You better have somebody in your back pocket ready to
has
come.
some reason to put that kind of faith in him to bring him in.
Mike Tomlin's done nothing but good things for Pittsburgh, and anybody that gets him, if you got yourself a decent quarterback and you got your decent lines, offense and defense, he's going to make you a better team. I guarantee you that.
I'll tell you what, I'd like to see one of these coaches or one of these GMs have the guts to hire Gruden.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind that.
It won't happen now, though, because.
No, but I'd love to see it.
Yeah.
I didn't mind Jake Gruden, to be honest. I thought he was better than what they got now.
Well, anything's better than what they got now. I mean,
Gruden was probably the best one they've had in the last
15 years.
Coaches they've hired, yeah.
Yeah. They've had some rough ones, man. They really have.
I mean,
Todd
Shanahan
was Todd?
didn't work out.
Did we ever have Todd Bowles?
I don't think
No.
so.
No, Todd Bowles went to New York, I think, and he blew his chances up there. Yeah. Yeah. He's a great coordinator, but, if that's the same thing with the Arians, they're talking about if he leaves, would Todd Bowles take over? If he did, that's a train wreck. Would Leftwich?
Did they have Schottenheimer for a little while?
Washington did, yeah. Washington had him for it. It didn't last but a year. He got fired because he got in some trouble. Yeah. They've had
as long as Snyder's in control of that, they're going to be dysfunctional somehow or another.
They are because they just
and Ursay, or not Ursay, Angelos. They're made for each other.
And then the ownership group, if the ownership group or at least if they get rid of Gettleman up in New York, there is no way in hell Joe Judge comes back. Joe Judge, he doesn't even know who his quarterback is. He came out the other week and said something about I have faith in our starting 20. Dude, there's 22 starters.
There's probably been in the last 20 years.
We've had some
probably 120 plus games where Washington's had a 10-point lead or something going to the fourth quarter and lost.
Probably in the last 15 years they've had that many.
I mean, they do it repetitively over and over and over, no matter who the coach is.
That's because you have a head coach playing scared.
Yep.
They get a lead and they try to get too conservative, and you can't do that in the NFL.
No,
you can't
You
play.
cannot
You can't
get
play 4-minute
conservative.
football with 35 minutes left in the game.
yeah.
If you get conservative, it's like playing a prevent defense.
Just ask Atlanta 4 Super Bowls ago.
Last week.
Well, ask them 4 years ago when they were playing in the Super Bowl and they were up by 26 points.
Yep.
With 5 minutes left to go in the third quarter, and with 2 minutes left, to go in the game, they were beat. I mean,
they were up 8.
Yeah,
you cannot.
They were up 26 at one point though.
Right.
And then
but
they
inside
just
2 minutes they were up 8 points.
And then it goes to overtime, and you knew if Tampa got the ball, or I guess this was
that was New England.
New England. You knew if New England got the ball, that team it was over. It was over. Game over, and they got the ball.
Another penalty on Washington.
And what's his name? Never touched the ball in overtime. Never touched.
Atlanta never got the ball.
Yeah, Ryan. But stupid ass play calling. You're up 26 points with less than 20 minutes to go.
Against a team
and they still threw the ball 17 times during that 20 minutes. And they had 12 incomplete or interceptions. I think they had 3 INTs, 2 or 3 INTs in that time. But so many incomplete passes just kept stopping the clock. You can't do stuff like that. I mean, you cannot be a dumbass.
You got to hang on to the adrenaline too. I mean, you can't just.
Yeah, but up 26. You can take the air out the ball. You can take the air out the ball up 26. You control the ball. You get two first downs. That's 6 minutes. 6 minutes, and they didn't never they never did. I'm waiting for Vintage Jane Kennedy to return. It's just nuts. There's so many coaches, and people will say, "Well, you just judge them by that Super Bowl." Yes. If you don't care if you win or lose, that's one thing. But you go back and look at that Super Bowl where the Patriots are playing the Seahawks, and anybody that keeps that coach after that game is an idiot. I'm sorry. I don't care what his name is. I don't care if his name is John Madden. I don't care if his name is Chuck Noll, Chuck Knox. I don't care what his name is. Oh. You make that stupid mistake of throwing an interception at the 1 yard line on 1st and goal. You do not deserve.
But it wasn't just that play though. They had a pretty good lead, and they let Tom Brady in that one rally to get the lead.
But that was a game.
And then they got the luck of that play where the guy caught that tip ball laying on the ground, and he got back up and ran.
Oh yeah.
So for that, they don't even have that opportunity at the end of the game.
But still,
the lead that they had. I mean that.
But to lose the game in that's idiotic fashion.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because let's say you got a top 10 back. You don't hesitate to hand it to him. He was not a top 10 back at the time. He was a top 3. I mean, anybody would have traded to get this guy to run for you. And it wasn't like they were trying to save time. They were throwing the football.
No,
it was just it was idiotic.
If the Titans were in that situation and they had Henry back for the Super Bowl, and then they had Tannehill.
Exactly. And then you let Tannehill throw the ball with 40 seconds left to go in the game, and you're down 3. You just don't do shit like it. You just do not do that. You just don't. And that should have lost him his job. That should have been his job right there.
Yep.
And then there's so many of them that they do stupid stuff like that, and I go back and look at them, and I'm wondering, how do they keep their job? Anybody in regular America, that if they did their job and screwed up that badly, they would get fired. They would get fired.
The Packers did the 2 weeks before in Seattle when they blew a game. They kept settling for field goals early in the game and they could have had that game put away, and then they let Seattle rally from a pretty good sized deficit to come back and tie it and then win in overtime on a long pass. I mean,
it's crazy. It's just nuts the way that some of these teams, have been
all but in the Super Bowl already, and then they let that game slip away.
And how teams are.
Now that was the year Rodgers was playing on the bad leg, wasn't it?
He was limping some. Yeah, he was. He had to limp. Yeah, and they I don't know. It's just weird. Some coaches can get by with everything, and some coaches can't get by with anything. And it's just a shame because some of these coaches are not that good. And like I say, I've said all along, the coach at Seattle is a dumbass. He's just a dumbass. You just don't do stupid stuff like that. And
I agree with Tim on that thing with Hub Arkush, though, and what he said about not going to vote for Aaron Rodgers because he's a jerk or whatever. I was just like, that's just wrong to do that.
Yeah.
And especially as much as I've listened to that guy over the years.
Why make it public?
So thin-skinned.
Why make it public? That's all he's got to do is shut up about it, and it doesn't matter.
And if somebody calls and criticizes that Habarkush, he is such a crybaby about it. And
I don't
like
know.
A little child.
I don't know him, but it's all a matter if you shut your mouth and just let it go.
But that's the way a lot of journalists are. They can dish it out. They can't.
Yeah. That's a guy on CBS Sports. What's his name? The one that used to love to call that guy for the Rams, Chris Everett. And that one, that motherfucker. And when he broke bad on him, and he almost broke his nose, then he sues him. Bullshit. That's bullshit.
Yeah. Sitting right across from each other, he did it.
Yeah.
He dared him to call him that.
Yep, and
he got up and knocked him.
He went across, and and they actually cut it off the air for 10 minutes, and that was the funniest shit ever. And then Jim Everett to this day says if he ever came back to me again and never got in my face and said it again, he said next time I'd break his damn nose. That's what he said, and I don't blame him. He says I'd never done nothing to this guy. All he wanted was to ratings. That's all it was.
Make a name for himself.
Yep, that's all it was ratings. He said, I never done nothing to nobody. And said, my wife got pissed at me. He said when he got home, his wife was mad as hell at him, said, I can't believe you did that. He said, the guy pretty much spit in my face. And he says, I'm going to call you that. Yeah, I'll call you that. And then the third time he calls him that, he breaks right over that damn table. And he knocks the shit out of him. You can see blood running down his face. That was the best thing that ever happened. Rome needed that because Rome, and to this day, he's still a big mouth. But
I enjoy his show though.
Yeah, but he's still a prick. I don't think Coward's no bigger prick. I just think Coward just comes up with stupid shit. But both of them come up with stuff a lot of times. I think that they try to make other people mad.
Well, how about Stephen Smith?
Stephen A. Smith. He likes to piss off a lot of the NBA players. He likes to make them mad.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've listened to. I didn't like Rome when he did that with Jim Everett either, and I told a negative opinion to him. And I started listening to his radio show many years ago.
Yeah.
And he's actually not as bad as you would think he is based on that, but he's a hell of an interviewer.
Oh yeah, he is good. He worked for ESPN for years. Best ESPN interviewer that I've ever watched, that I think ever left, and he left ESPN on good terms. ESPN would love to have him back. He's with NBC now. Is Mike
Tirico?
Mike Tirico. To me, Mike Tirico is pure gold.
I wish he was still a Monday Night Football voice.
Anything. He covers golf.
The guy that does Monday Night Football now, to me, he just, all I know him with is, it seems like it's college ball. And I just can't, he's just not an NFL guy to me. He's just not, he's not a big enough guy for that job.
Yeah. And that's the thing.
Not following in the footsteps of other people who have done it.
Right. Tirico can do U.S. Open.
Tirico, I think, he
can do British Open. He knows his craft. He's got a smooth voice, and then he's a great interview. Anytime you bring somebody up in the tower, they brought up Tiger Woods in that PNC event the other week, and he later on talked to him, and he was like Tiger and Charlie, and he says I asked to speak to Charlie, and he told him no. He told him beforehand. He said no. He is off limits. Once he's 18. You can talk to him and do whatever you want to, but right now, as long as he's a young man, me and my wife have decided he's not going to be questioned about anything that goes on in his life, and I don't blame him. I don't blame Tiger Woods one bit for that. Once he's able to go to Stanford, if he wants to go to Stanford and play golf, which there's probably a 99% chance that happens. He probably ends up going to Stanford or ends up staying in Florida and plays the University of Florida and plays golf. Then, I'm sure he's going to be like, yeah, you be careful about what you say in front of a microphone. But, kid. You're 18. You know what to do now. You've always had money, and just be smart.
I don't know if you
Just
guys
be
saw
smart.
Mariucci on the NFL Network pregame show last Sunday, but they were talking about John Madden, and man,
And he started crying.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
And Rich Eisen started talking about Madden and Mariucci. I mean, you could just see him. He was just sobbing, sitting there. Just
Rich Eisen was the one. He broke his story about what you were talking about last night with the woman.
Oh, did he?
And he had it on the NFL Network and playing a lot of it. And it was like, I just can't believe this. And he just stopped the video. He stopped the video and stopped the tape in the middle of it. He just said, I just can't believe this. This is garbage or whatever. And next thing you know, when they come back, he says, I apologize for not finishing the tape up. But he said, I will tell you that nothing makes Antonio Brown look good in this video. And he says, we have no reason to not believe this woman. It said something about nobody's called her bluff anyway.
I actually like that pregame show on NFL Network with Eisen and Mariucci and
I'm not a big Eisen
Irvin
fan.
and Warner.
I can't stand listening to Michael Irvin because he screams above everybody else.
I don't mind him though, Rob. I
don't like him too good. I like it. I like
he's
ones
a good
with
guy, and I just think
Tiki Barber. If you can find one with Tiki Barber, he's been on NBC before.
Yeah.
He's pretty good. Yeah, he's pretty good. And then the guy that was
he
corner,
the
guy with the defensive back for the Patriots for years, and then with Tony Dungy and all them. I like that Sunday Night Crew. I like that bunch.
Cynthia Freeland does a pretty good job of predictions and stuff.
She's all right. Yeah, she's okay. Yeah, she does. She knows her stuff. Yeah. Well, guys, it is
that
late
Rachel
Friday.
Bonetta gets kind of annoying.
Yeah. We will definitely let you guys, everybody out in public land, know when we're going to have Keith Avalon on here. I can get in touch with Harris, Keith, Tim, Anthony, Michael, Matt. I can get in touch with all those guys in a heartbeat. Tim has kind of said he didn't want to be part of the live just because he doesn't know enough about the play.com stuff. But get your questions together, guys. Definitely do it. It's looking promising. I would say within 7 days, maybe within 2, 3. I don't know. But I would say within the week.
And if they're afraid they're not going to be around, they can always email us their questions.
Yes. But if you're going to be in chat, have some questions together, because the panel, I'm going to pass it around to each guy and just be like, hey, you got a question for him, Harris? Keith, you got a question for him? And, it may be softball questions we throw at him, but it doesn't matter. We'll probably be here. We'll probably be around 45 minutes to an hour, and that's as much as I'm holding.
You too.
Yeah. Thanks, Dwayne. And I hope we helped you out as far as the cam and all, and your, the lighting. Anything like that, it's gonna be cool when you get going. And he's planning on getting everything set up pretty soon, Harris, so he can get his channel going. Yeah, so that'll be great. So
2 nights in a row over 3 hours there, Rob.
Yeah, so you guys definitely keep an eye out, keep an ear out. If you don't have my email address, watch out for video. And if I post a video, I'm gonna try to let you guys know exactly what time and what we got going on. Yeah, Keith. Oh yeah. Oh, Jabroni Network. I thought he was like, oh, hold on for a second. I got something to say. I got something to say. Now, till we see you again. My name's Rob, Harris, Keith. You all have a great night. God bless. Bye bye.
Later, guys.